Check, check, check. Yo. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Ooh, hold up. Yeah, I'll fix that in a second. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let me bring that music. Ooh. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. You're here with the cryptolifer. So remember, it's all about being positive at any given moment in time. And when you're positive, you need to remove negative people. Very similar, like if you're in the rain and it's raining on your face, you got to put an umbrella up to block the rain. Sometimes you just got to block the rain. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on into the live. Thank you for being here. Sketchy times for Bitcoin. It is must or bust. It is make or break. It is dire times and dire levels. Certain things are occurring that we need to look at. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP right off the bat and see what's happening to the liquidity zones. And you can see we were all high red yesterday and the day before. They have moved the red to above the zone here. 23,700, 23,600. Also, some of the biggest orders I've ever seen, 1,750 Bitcoins attempting to be sold at 23,600, 23,500 area on the dot. Huge sell wall at 23,500. Doesn't look like we're likely to get over that wall. We'll take a look at it in the charts, and I'll show you what I'm looking at for BTC. Shout out to everybody here on the live, jumping on in for the Bitcoin news, Bitcoin and the altcoin ideas here. So look. Right off the bat, I talked about the fact that we had made an M pattern here. So there was a little bit of hope we may be able to make a move out of here, but we would drop on the 15-minute time frame. That is an M here. Also, resistance. This is clear resistance that we are not able to get above. Okay? 23,572 has been clear resistance. You could call it 23,500, 23,600 area. And that coincides with the sell wall here. Isn't that funny? They tend to sell right at resistance. They know. They look at the TA just like I do. And so my TA lines up exactly with the order book probably 90% of the time. So look, we can't get above the zone. That's a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. Let's open up the wedge here. And you're headed back down to this area, 23,900, 22,900 and 23,060, basically 23K. All right. I'll explain why that's highly likely, and we're going to break it down in a second on the bigger time frames as well. But right now, the 15-minute does want to make a move back to the upside. It could throw a Hail Mary. Every once in a while, the 15-minute throws a Hail Mary. What do I mean by that? Well, we'll get above a hardcore resistance, and the 15-minute will be the one that does it. That is a rising wedge. You do have a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Last night, if you were in my trading group, I put out an idea that we probably would break out of a bear flag. We were right here. And I said, but project the idea, be open-minded that we could make a right shoulder. I put that out there. That's exactly what happened. We did make the right shoulder. Not a lot of gains in the market. The market is sketch. I put out a suggestion to my group today, and I think I should just read it because it kind of encompasses what's happening. The polarities of politics right now are also getting into market structure. They're having an issue with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So let's break it down. Yeah, no, I love having the chat go crazy when I don't do the stream. I found it creates retention. It's really nice. So look, you could hear what I was saying and you could follow along with your chart. You should be able to chart right along with me. Don't make excuses. No, I'm just messing around. Shout out to everybody here on the live. So we take a look at Bitcoin, right? And it could not get above this level. See? You have resistance right here at 23,005, right there. And you're doing a slow bleed. This is what's called a slow bleed. You hit 25K. That happened to have been the high. You made a previous high here. Previous high. Look, low. Basically, if you look at trend, you have your high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high. You're in a downtrend. Okay? And the bigger trend, let's look at the big. We're going to look at the bigger trend in a second. We're going to look at Bitcoin on the bigger time frames as well. Okay? Now we got the lemon water. Let's get the lemon water cooking. It's probably why I should have started with the lemon water right off the bat. Ooh, got a seed in there. It's good that's good luck when you get a seed in there. You know? Shout out to everybody here drinking lemon water every single day of their lives, getting situated, getting ready. Let me get the ticker up. I'm off today. I had to run out and spray weeds. My dad wanted me to spray the weeds, so I was doing that instead of working out. I went to work out. He's like, "Can't you spray the weeds?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I got to work out." He's like, "Why don't you work out?" And he gave me this like guilt trip in a way, so I felt like I had to spray the weeds. So I went out and sprayed the weeds. Ah, thank you so much. I personally didn't want to spray the weeds because it's Roundup and my kids are here, so I was avoiding it, trying to do it at the end. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, don't you read what's on these packages, dude? I don't know. I have an issue. Me and my dad go at it because I think of things he doesn't. I research things, and he calls me an idiot all the time. And I just like, and I look at him like, all right, you know. So we go at it. I think that's son and dad, right? But it is what it is. What kind of cologne do you wear? I don't wear cologne ever for any reason. Never, you know. 4-hour inverted cup and handle. Yeah, I do see a slight inverted cup and handle too as well, slightly, you know. But I don't know, not yet. Great job spraying the weeds, but watch out for the Roundup. I know, dude. Roundup's horrible, dude. I would never put it on my property for any reason. You're not a lifer if you don't do things for other people. Shout out to Ace PR, where we love you, brother. Thank you. So I skipped my workout today. I didn't get to skip the workout. I had to spray the weeds, you know. No, I eventually did it. It kicked in for a minute, and then I went and did it. So it kicks in for like a minute and a half, and then I realized, I just go do the right thing, you know. What's the sauce? So look, let's take a look here. So Bitcoin struggled above the zone. And to me, you're overbought on the 1 hour time frame in a rising wedge at the top of a channel, making an M pattern on the 15. Bearish. Yeah, the 15-minute may want to break up. So yeah, let's watch. 15-minute wants to push back up. It's going to grab that liquidity order at 23.6. Probably fake us right back down to the downside. That's what's looking the most probable on BOOKMAP here. All right. They're going to grab these orders. Look now, 23,750. They're moving it, but they're keeping that 1,748 Bitcoin order there. Once that gets filled, I mean, look, there's nothing anywhere else, too. Look at that. Isn't that funny? The 23K. So the area I'm talking about is attempting to hold. So rising wedge, bear flag. Measured move to 23,200. 22,900 and 23,000. All right, that's it. The only way that's not happening is if the 15-minute does something miraculous and goes, thank you so much for that super chat, Nick Lost, for the £2. The only thing is if the 15-minute throws a Hail Mary and gets us basically right here above this zone. That's it. If I don't see or at least above here, you know, if the bulls can't break above this level or this level, so if the bulls can't break above 23,005 or 23,700, kiss this rally so far goodbye, you know, for now. I mean, we could come down and make another bounce, but this little rally here, not making it because you're not getting above previous highs. It's simple as that. Use the stochastics RSI when they make our way back to the upside and you're not above the previous high, it's time to bounce. It just is what it is, you know. So that's, you know, lackluster, but that is what it is, right? I wish I could kind of make it funner and more exciting. 485 people on the live, 194 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers every single day? It's a journey to get us back to that 800 people every day. I wake up and dig the same hole I dug the day before. It is a daunting task every single day. So if you could help me dig that hole, baby, and help me make a move, I'd greatly appreciate it. I look at OPUL. It looked nice to me, like it was going to make a bit of a move. It did. I didn't post it because there was a little sketchiness, but look, shoulder, head, and a shoulder, and it did break to the upside. That was the measured move of the head and shoulder. Sorry that I kept this one to myself. The market was just looking sketch, all right? Every once in a while, or I'll just be posting. I'll spray in the weeds, you know. But look, there you go. How much did that go up? Wow, 26%. So I was looking at that. Wow, that made a pretty big move. OPUL. Funny, I was looking at it, and it did make a 14% gain since I looked at it an hour ago. Man, I was all over this one. It just was high on the 1 hour, right? It didn't give me that confidence. Would have been had to be. Yeah, 50-minute was low though. Interesting enough, it was a 50-minute scalp to give you 14%. And that 15-minute could be amazing. A lot of times I make, you know, between 3 and 20% on the 15. You'd be surprised how many gains you can get. Look, just this little flag right here broke to the upside on the 15 on OPUL. Dang, I was looking at it. It makes me think, did I end up posting it? I don't think I did. No, I did not. OPUL. All right. So that's my story, Morning Glory, for Bitcoin. You know, you have heavy resistance. Now you have resistance here. Every time you break below a previous resistance, it becomes a new resistance. So now you got to get above 23,480, right? So we are going to watch it closely. We're also going to freestyle. We're going to look at all our different options. But so far, This is what I'm looking at for BTC on the morning. All right. If anyone's going to know where it's going to be the lifers. We don't take days off. We're here every single day. And we don't chase news, and we don't try to entertain you. We do entertain you, but we do it while we're feeding you the knowledge, while we're giving you the education, while we're teaching you how to stay on track, how to stay focused. I show up every single day, so I am focused on my craft, focused on my business, focused on my life. I will teach you how to stay focused. Thank you for showing up every day. God bless you and your family. Shout out to Ace PR, man. Thank you so much. Check the focal depth on your camera. Seems to be somewhere between your mic and your face. Both are slightly out of focus. Also, $5 for the 3S call. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shout out for still having to do what Dad says. Experienced something similar yesterday. As a father of 2 sons, I want them to do the same. Hey, they got to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I hit this, my daughter hits it, something happens. I apologize, everybody. Let me make this nice and big and perfect for you. So you can look inside my nostrils, I guess. You guys want to see, like, every aspect of my face. Problem is, I'm not where I am when I adjust, right? That looks pretty sharp to me. All right. I look pretty spot on there, I think. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. You know, also, I'm traveling. This collar seems a little funky. I'm traveling. This is one of my dad's old shirts. Just happened to be in the closet. I'm running out of things to wear because I was only supposed to be here for like 12 to 14 days. Turned into 20 days, kind of a longer stay. So I'm running out of things to wear. So shout out to my dad for this old Nautica shirt looking fresh. You know what I'm saying? My dad is 65 years old and he's still out there hand mowing the food plots, Roundup, the whole 9 yards. My old man is 65 going on 25. I swear he's RoboCop. So awesome, man. My dad's 75. He's, you know, you wind down into the 70s, you know. Shout out for still having to do what Dad says. Thank you. Appreciate that. You know. It is what it is, man. So we're looking for a dump. That's an M pattern. M's dumped to the downside. You got bearish momentum down here on the 15. You're losing levels. You can't get above 23.5. It's looking dreary. And they are painting a downward picture, a downward spiraling picture. So, yes, you're low on the stochastic, so you should get a bit of a bounce up. But look, that's going to make the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. And then there you go. So you're going to have an oversold 15 and oversold 1 hour. And you're likely to move to the downside. Also, the 4 hour does have momentum, but you're starting to make a bearish engulfing candle here. If that gets any bigger, and you can put this inside of that, and that closes in 1 hour and 31 minutes, you'll end up with a bearish engulfing. And it's clean resistance right now. I could see the 4 hour bending on you to the downside. So right now I'm going to keep it 4 hour, 1 hour and 15, and it's likely we head back down here to 23,025. Let's take a look at how to take advantage of the market when the market is headed to the downside. Most people get scared and they just freak out. There's money to be made at every single turn. Look at that. They stopped everybody out and then ripped it to the upside. It's so funny. These guys are so weird. They're so greedy, you know. They are just so greedy. Stop loss timeout might have made it through that position, but regardless, look, so I was right. They stopped us out and then brought us up to the upside. It's just crazy. And it clearly went right to the stop. So it makes me realize, like, and that's why I try not to use this tool. I just put stops below because it could concentrate stops, you know. So let's take a look at what we're seeing now here for this. This is in a bit of a flag and oversold in the 1 hour. Attempting to push to the upside. I mean, that is a beautiful play, right? That's something you would see me play many times on many other altcoins. However, 15 minutes probably overbought because, yeah, see, so you want to go a little more sideways. Wait for the 50-minute to hit the bottom of the pattern, reset one more time, or maybe half reset. But it's most likely that the short plays out today, all right? And I don't like talking. I trade anyway. The market goes up or down. I don't really care. Long term, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, and I'm a Bitcoin, you know, I keep 50 to 60% of my entire net worth in Bitcoin. I do. So I'll make that really clear. Most of my entire wealth is concentrated in BTC. And I believe it's the best thing I could do for myself for the next 10 years. I can forego things I need immediately to know that I'm going to be taken care of 10 years from now. So it's about being patient. It's about having a plan. It's about having a goal. And it's about just chipping away at that goal and being happy on my way no matter what comes my way, you know. Be appreciative of every moment you have. Today I rented a boat. I wanted to take my boat from 1 to 4. I wanted to take my family out in a boat. but the weather's too bad. It's just like it's too windy. They say, hey, small craft advisories. So it looks like I may not be able to do it. You know, instead of being disappointed, like my mom said, sorry, I said, I'm not sorry. I said, maybe something could have happened. Maybe there was a reason. So everything happens for a reason, in my humble opinion. I've told so many different stories. I was out with Stephon Marbury for, a couple months. We were hanging out all the time. I had this awesome story where I really wanted to get his phone number. I didn't get it, right? I waited. Then he went into his hotel, said goodnight. I went to find my car. My car had been relocated by the New York Police Department because they had put, there was going to be a big event the next day and you needed to move your car, and they had put signs up not to park at places where you usually could park. But the signs got destroyed by the wind and the rain because it was a torrential storm. So they gave people a pass and they just relocated their cars to other places. And then you would go to your car and not know where it was. I had to basically find a police officer. They ran my plate and they told me where my car was. I went to get my car and there was Stephon Marbury behind my car having a meeting. He had left his hotel, went all the way to that other area. What are the odds? What are the odds? That's impossible. When you think about that story, it's absolutely impossible. How does my car get moved by the city, and how does Stephon Marbury end up behind it when I was trying to get his number all night and we used to hang out all the time? It's a quick story. I've told it before, but it tells you that you're in the right place all the time. And when I couldn't find my car, I was pissed. It was 5:45, 6 in the morning. I had a huge luggage bag full of like 50 to 60 pounds worth of camera equipment, tripods, microphones, stuff like that. And I'm lugging it around the city like I was tired. You know when you're done with the night and I'm like, all right, I'm going to put my bag in the car. I'm going to drive my car home and I'm going to go fall asleep. I was up all night doing, celebrity movie shoots. That's what I used to do behind the scenes of like celebrity life stuff. So next thing you know, I think I'm going to end my night. I'm exhausted. Not happening. I ended up running, looking for my car. So I wasn't happy. But then when I ended up seeing him behind my car, I was like, and then that lesson, I keep that in my heart all the time. Whenever something happens and I go to get upset, I tell myself, man, remember that night you were going to get upset because you were running around with your equipment, but you ended up making the connection with Stump. I still have Stephon's number in my phone. You know what I'm saying? Because of that to this day. So crazy the turn of events that could happen in your life. Always be positive in every single situation. That's what God is trying to teach us to do. All right. I was with someone yesterday that denounced God. He said, I denounce God. And I don't mind. It didn't bother me not one bit. It bothered my wife a lot. It doesn't bother me as much. Someone else's disposition does not really bother me as much. But you know what I said to my wife? I said, you know what? I honestly don't mind if someone doesn't believe in God. I mean, I want everyone to believe in God. I don't really, but you believe in whatever you want. But, I broke my phone screen and now, yeah, that's tough, man. You don't want to do that. That's tough, bro. You don't want to break your phone screen, Can't you just turn it off, though? Marbury is a legend. He is, and he was helping young kids with his inexpensive shoe. So he was doing a lot of cool stuff, man. Stephon Marbury. So I'm looking at a short for Bitcoin in this flag. It's a bit of a cup and handle, as you can see, too. Possible 11% gains on the short, up to 1.39. I would wait for the 50-minute to reset or to maybe do a little bit of a move here. Also, the 7-minute could get super oversold. I like when the 7-minute gets low, 50-minute get low. They're my pinpoint local entry timeframes. They give me like really accurate timeframes, so I like it. Does AVAX follow Bitcoin? I broke my phone screen. And, that's so sad, Kevin Baker. That's nuts. One true God. His name is Yahuwah. My man. Shout out to you, my friend. So my thing is this. When people don't believe in God, they don't believe in the devil. And when you don't believe in the devil can get you. So my whole thing is this. Like, all right, you cannot believe in God, but you better believe in the devil. You know what I mean? So that's what I worry. So people that don't believe in God, I worry about them the most because they don't believe in the devil. And I'm telling you right now, the devil works in the gray area. He wants you to be kind of in the middle. He wants you to be kind of indecisive and just when you're not convinced, when you're not convicted, when you don't have a solid foundation. The devil loves people like that. I'm telling you right now. So shout out to everybody here on the live. And again, if you don't believe in God, it's fine with me. You don't have to, but I do. And I've had a crazy life where I truly believe that energies from the universe have come into my life and blessed me. And I call that God. Whatever you want to call it, you call it whatever you like. So look, 11.4% gains for Bitcoin 3S. Let's get into what we talk about here, though, which is crypto. Do you believe in 10 commandments? I do believe in it. Yeah. I mean, why not? They don't do those things. They're all horrible things to do. You know what I'm saying? Coveted somebody else's wife, stealing, lying, Ephesians 6:12, baby. Nominal flag. That was once hourly and 50-minute Stokes. Reset. You might just have to close the account completely and then start a new one, my man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can't you just turn off two-factor, though? What you got to do is you got to get a backup for that. I'll tell you right now, you can get two-factor. My old phone, like, they were going to be $700 for my old phone, all right, when I got my new iPhone. And normally I would have done it for sure. But it has two-factor authentication on. So if I ever lose this phone, I have a backup authenticator app on another phone. So now I have two phones with the authenticator app. To me, that's really what you need. You know what I'm saying? And so now if this phone gets broken, if something ever happens to it, if it gets bricked, who God forbid, I have a backup with my two-factor authentication. So that's a good point Kevin Baker just made. He lost his two-factor authentication. What does he do now? Hold on. Let's make that a tutorial here. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. My name is Sam Price, professional crypto trader. I'm known as Cryptolifer on YouTube. I also talk about private keys, hardware wallets, and how to stay safe in cryptocurrency. Today, I want to discuss something that happened to a viewer here on the channel today. He said, he KYC'd for KuCoin. He did the two-factor authentication on his phone, yet he broke his phone screen. He couldn't see his phone screen anymore. He can't see the two-factor authentication numbers. Now he may KYC. He may have to do something else. It may complicate his situation in crypto. Losing two-factor authentications can be a headache. They can cause pain. Hours on the phone. You might have to re-identify yourself at an exchange. So many issues. Now, when you do it, they do give you this tiny little private key that you should be writing down and putting somewhere. Nobody ever does that. That's going to be the way that you can get back in if you do lose your phone or the authenticator app. You're going to need that key. However, I recently got a new phone, and my old phone had the authenticator app, and you're able to transfer authenticators from one phone to the other by scanning them, and you can do 10 at a time. So I scanned them all into my new phone. I got all my apps, and I checked them. They worked. But now I have a backup. If I lose my phone, if something ever happens, I will have another authenticator app on my old phone. Now, Apple was going to give me, it was an Apple iPhone Max 10s. They were going to give me $700 for it. I am deciding not to take that $700, and I'm going to pay that $700. To me, the $700 is worth the investment. It is worth my security. So get an iPad, get another phone, get another device if you can. Back it up, mirror it, and make sure you have your authenticator on two apps if possible. I now have it, and it is a blessing. I never had it before, and now when I think about it, anything could happen to this phone, and I breathe easy. I'm okay. I have a backup. Remember, backing things up is key. I used to be an assistant editor. I worked for David Letterman. I was in charge of millions of dollars worth of footage. It was on me if something went wrong. It was on me if a hard drive died. My whole life was backing things up. So I've been consistently making backups for backups my entire life. That's basically it felt like my entire life because I worked in TV for 20 years. So everybody, please, my name is Sam Price. I want you to be safe. I want you to always be secure. Get yourself a hardware wallet, number one. Use your authenticator apps properly. And if you can, get yourself a backup for your two-factor authentication app. That is a key insight that not many people will tell you, and that honestly I didn't even have until a couple weeks ago. Thank you so much for watching this. Please watch my live stream from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and on Monday through Friday and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. I'm live every day giving you knowledge like this, and I'm deep diving into the charts, looking for gains, looking for gems, looking for information that'll bring us life-changing wealth in cryptocurrency. If you like this, please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Crypto is life. Okay, cool. I appreciate that, everybody. We're sitting through a tutorial, but it even though it's live, you got this. You got the special sauce, right? You got the sauce. You got the sauce. This has been weird. Is this funny? Okay, let's get back into it. Wow, I cannot believe what OPE just did. That's just crazy. I guess I should have posted it. I would have been able to post for 42% gains. That's just crazy. I saw this morning. Man, I feel like I'm psychic because it's like if I sniff on something, it goes up. I didn't even post this to anybody though. So that's like, you would say, oh, it's, yeah, you know, but I didn't even show this to anyone. It was just the only thing that I looked at, and I hesitated for a second. Spraying the weeds, man. Spraying the weeds. Really happens to me, but it happens every once in a while. I looked at GSX yesterday. It was in this tight channel, right? Fell down, hit the stop, came back up. Now it's trying to hold support here. Interesting, and it did do a bit of a dip here, but not every trade's going to play out. Look at how nice that was set up, too. But no, they dropped it to the downside. 32%. 32% of the time, you're not going to get what you want out of a trade. It is what it is. That's why you always use a tight stop loss. So when it doesn't go where you want, stops out and you move on. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. You do whatever makes you happy. I use tight stops, you know, around the areas where I believe there's highly likely a move with divergence at the bottom of the channel, aggressive buys, and that's usually how I'm able to take care of it all. You can use Android APX and PC laptop for the iPhone equivalent to mirror your iPhone screen to the PC monitor if your phone screen is broken. Look at this. You can use Android APK on PC laptop or the iPhone equivalent to mirror your phone screen to the PC. Dude, you might be able to do that. Yo, Kevin, he's giving you a really good solution. I think you should try that. That might work for you, and then you'll be able to see the numbers. You'll be able to figure everything out, fix your phone, and you'll be out with all the headaches, dude. He might just, that's an amazing solution. Shout out to Sloan B, been around for a long time on the channel. Sloan B, thank you so much. Deep dive on AVAX, good sir. I mean, AVAX is an amazing project, right? We've been looking at Filecoin for a while now, all right? We've been looking at Filecoin for a while. So I'm looking at the Bitcoin short here. To me, it's most likely to break to the upside, waiting for the 7-minute to come on down and the 15-minute, but likely to make about 13%, possibly more on the Bitcoin short. And I'm not guaranteeing anything. Short will have to break above resistance, really. You know, the safe bet is to wait here and bounce and only get about 8% and wait for the possible retest. The aggressive bounce is to buy now and be like, I don't care that it's going to go down. My stop loss is too low. And then the precise bounce is to wait for the actual stochastics to come, watch that alert to hit, enter at the bottom of the channel, and then rip. You know, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Those are 3 scenarios that I look at. I take the latter, right? The more precise one, waiting for the move to come down. Every once in a while, I miss a move, doing the precise move, which means I put an alert here on the 15. That might be a little low. 15-minute just goes a little bit and then flies. It doesn't hit my alert, and price action comes up. That's fine with me. I'm okay with it. A lot of times when it does that, though, it comes up here, then it comes back down. And so it pumps up, and then it does a retest, and then I can snatch the retest. Either way, I still get the low 15-minute. I tell everyone it's about setting up your predicament and playing your predicament. Not going into their playbook, setting up your playbook and making sure the chart falls into your playbook. You see what I mean? So boom. Thank you for that super chat, helping out a fellow lifer, Sloan B27. Use $5 to help you out, Kevin Baker. Unbelievable. And that's the community we created. That's the love. That's the type of place I want to be. That's the type of people I would like to be around every single day of the week. So shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you for bringing my life to the upside. I'm around the most positive people. I put out positive energy. Positive people came to my live stream. We created a positive community. We changed the world. Shout out to the 624 lifers here. 331 likes on the live stream. I know you guys are going to propel us to 900, 1,000 likes like we did yesterday. It was unbelievable. I'm not even going to mention it again. Watch. I won't mention it again. Watch the lifers in action. I'm going to tell you right now, I have so much faith and trust in each and every one of you watching this stream. I have so much. I put my life in your hands. I show up every day knowing that you're going to show up every day. What if I showed up tomorrow and there was nobody here? And the live stream and the energy was gone and the vibes disappeared, right? So I have faith that God will provide. I have faith that you will provide. I have faith that things will continue to go well. If I project positive energy and I keep that positive energy in my mind, I will create the reality that I live in. Through my own positive mental ideas, things will go well, okay? You're in control at all times. No one can make you feel something. You can't say, oh, I feel this, my boss yelled at me, so I feel horrible today. Boss yells at you, internalize it, realize he's a victim of a victim, take a deep breath, say a prayer for them, and walk away, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I have faith that Doge will rock it. You're funny, man. Chemistry, bro, you need to obviously don't know. Anyway, I don't even get into it, man. It's all gravy. Let's pin that screen mirroring trick in the learning library. Thanks, Sloan B27. Shout out to Rex Gordon in the game. Rex is an amazing person in the live stream and in the group. He is so helpful. Smart business owner, intelligent man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, okay? So I don't mind showing a loss. Not every trade's going to lose. We didn't make, usually we get top 10 gains here. The market was sketchy last night. You know what I'm saying? Look at GARI, this thing after all that. Remember GARI, Shingari, they banged this thing to the downside. Now they put in a bit of a flag and oversold in the 15. But if it's like Bitcoin, it's overbought on the 1 hour, right? Like the whole market. Yeah, it could be still flipping to the upside. It's interesting. GARI, a little high risk for me because the gap of my stop loss just isn't created, and the space between the 21 is a little too far. It could still pump, but not my cup of tea. I talked about Falcon swap down here. Look for a bounce off the 2 support lines. We went a little lower, but eventually it would grind back to the upside, but Falcon swap fell off. Didn't do it. News crypto. This thing, I don't know what this thing is, but it's up nicely. Banging on them. We'll keep it on the radar. LAVAX. This is, I believe we hit this in the trading group to the upside. Shout out to anyone that jumped into LAVAX. I saw one of my elites posting it. Shout out to Renee. You're the man, dude. Much respect to you and yours. Relaxing in my awakening journey. I've been loving it. I realize the meaning of life in love. Meditation helps. Hey, Cinia Rodriguez, I love you. I love that. Sinai, right? Uni and AVAX, we'll take a look at those in a second. Let's take a look at the world market. See what's happening on this Thirsty Thursday, baby. Let's take a look at the show. The show is everything that we need to look at every single day here. Let's take a look at ES1, and that's going to be the S&P futures. That's going to tell us a lot of where we're going and what's happening in the markets today. And Tori with the $2 unannounced seller super chat. He doesn't even have to write seller anymore. We know. We know what he's talking about. So look, we put this in a flag. Let's get rid of the bigger flag. Looks like it's probably not going to happen. But we put this in a flag yesterday and suggested, okay, we'll stay in this flag, but can we stay above this zone? Resistance, bounce, can we bounce? All right. Let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame. And the 1 hour is overbought, attempting to take us to the downside, just like Bitcoin. You see that? We take a look at the 15. It's probably oversold, just like Bitcoin. Okay. So let's get rid of all my squiggly lines from yesterday when I was explaining where we may or may not go. And let's break it down. You got to look at many different assets to understand the market. All right. You can't just in my humble opinion, when I'm looking at an alt trade, I want to see what the S&P is doing. There was many days where the S&P was about to pump, and I traded 3L tokens on that, and I made a boatload. So you can make money trading the S&P idea, but trading other assets, like using this as a leading indicator. So this is, and that's another thing. You don't just learn technical analysis on this channel. You learn like scenario trading. You understand, like, oh, I can put the S&P up with the Bitcoin dominance with total market cap. Oh, I can look at the US Tether dominance with Bitcoin dominance. Oh, I can look at the dollar index with Bitcoin. Oh, I can, and now you start becoming a real like world market analyst. So I will teach you how to change your life, change your world. And that's something that I'm just so proud of on this channel. I see so many people write me and say, man, I will never be the same. I love your channel. I love what I've learned. Thank you so much for everything. You've changed my life in ways I would never believe. And I'm like, dude, women, girls, everybody throws down. I really appreciate it. We'll go over Jupe. Still down in Jupe. I'm down $200 in Jupe, the same trade. I'm just keeping it out to show you how stubborn I am. So look, ES1 could be making this move to the upside. It could be getting tight and move. That's just somewhat of an idea. It is also, though, look, it could start to be somewhat of a descending triangle, which is also a bearish sign. So if this keeps making flat bottoms, that's a descending triangle. Descending triangles do like to break to the downside. We also have bearish divergence here. Swing up to swing up, sharp swing down. It is playing out. Can we get some bullish divvy? Actually, it's interesting. We do have some slight bullish divvy now here because this is swing down to swing down. It's actually very sharp bullish divergence and swing up to swing up here on the S&P. So very sharp bullish divergence of the S&P at a previous resistance. So if that level basically has to hold, like it's imperative. So if this level holds, okay, if this level holds, we can still maintain some type of market structure. All right. I'll keep you updated as we go. We'll be watching the shape on the S&P into tonight, all right, and into tomorrow on Friday. So right now, the 50-minute does want to bounce to the upside. It is trying to hold a support zone right now as we attempt right here. A little local support bounce here. The M did break to the downside. Looks like we're just going to make an M here. I'll be looking for an M. See? And then possible break to the downside out of the descending triangle because the 1 hour is bearish. You just need to wait for the 15-minute to get on board with the 1 hour. That would coincide with the short, and your short would pump. This short would pump to the upside. So I'm watching this short very, very closely, but waiting for the 15-minute to reset before I jump on in. Waiting for the 15-minute. to be oversold, okay? That's what I'm looking for. All right. Watching this short very closely, waiting for the 50-minute to be oversold. Exactly. And that's, you know, because you can take advantage of the market, whether it's going up or down. All right. These are 3L and 3S tokens. You don't even need to trade leverage and get liquidated. You don't need to sign up to margin and take a bunch of money from someone that you don't need, that freaks you out, gets you mentally deep, emotionally. You don't need to be doing that. Just trade 3L and 3S tokens. 3X leverage is all you need. I made a boatload of money trading spot on KuCoin gems. You don't need tons of money, you know. Okay, cool. So moving forward. 100x leverage, baby. I hope we have a quick correction and stick to the uptrend, but got to just go with what happened. Shout out to Chemistry Pro. Yep. Thanks, Sam. Learning amazing amounts from your amazing TA skills. Hopefully, I'll make that 100 to join the group to learn more. But food comes first for the family. Just blessed to have you. Hey, man, one step at a time. Everybody starts somewhere. One step at a time, baby. Just keep showing up. That's why I give the free information, so you can get where you need to be without even having to join the trading group. Just show up every single day with me. Stay positive with me. Look at what I'm doing. You can get there, baby. You can get there. I appreciate you. There's evidence that just crypto could decouple from the following overall markets for the rest of the year, which could be great if China's impending cash ruins everything. I know. 400 likes. Let's go. Cryptolifer is awesome. The Discord is fantastic, and I'm learning so much. Thanks again, Lifer. 100 to 10,000 is more impressive than turning 100,000 to 200,000. Hey, man, I appreciate. Yeah, I agree. And look, we turned 100 subscribers into 30,000 less than 2 years. Unbelievable. I reached 1,000 subscribers in December of 2021, and my God, it has been a journey ever since, man. Hey, Lever, can you check Bitcoin USD on the 4-hour? There is hidden cont divergence. What is hidden continuation divergence? I don't know what hidden cont divergence is. I've never seen that. I don't know what that means. I'd follow you to battle. Thank you so much, Thomas Shatuk. And I would follow you too, brother, into a fire, man. You and Jason Casper need to do a stream together. We will. We talk all the time. We're buddies. I love Jason. He's a good dude. He quotes Ephesians, man. He quotes the Bible, dude. What a good dude. What a good man. Keeps his mind straight. You know what I'm saying? The reason why the first dollar in America had "In God We Trust" on it, everybody believed in God when this country first began. Now, not everybody does. See, isn't that weird? You could put it on the dollar and no one thought anything of it. Dealing with Gate, but that's the only app that I had the problem with. That's good, but I love your idea of keeping your old phone. Yeah, it's a good idea, I'm telling you. Remember, I said, no, we hit MCRT, and I put it in. No, you were all over it. I'm giving you credit where credit's due, bro. You gave us it. I put it out on Spooky Swap. This thing blasted. Look, up a beautiful 111% gain. So you came to the channel yesterday. I did the technical analysis. I put it out. Up 111% gains. Dude, you told us you were all over it. High risk, but you know, it had a little something going for it. Magic Craft on Spooky Swap. And we showed you, I even showed you how you would attempt to buy a coin like this. Let me show you again. Again, this is called decentralized finance. Again, it's very risky. You should know how to trade spot first and get educated. Okay? Funny, you saw that sky's the limit? They got BIG. Is he in hold on, is he in sand or something? Dude, I think they're gonna put BIG in the sandbox, right? I think that's what, I don't know. I saw a split second. My mind's trying to create what I just saw. I think it's something, right? I didn't see it before. I think that's why someone put the Biggie quote into the chat. Unbelievable. So look, if you're gonna do decentralized finance, sketchy. But again, I've dabbled with it and made a pretty penny. It's been pretty fun. 108%. We talked about it yesterday on the channel. And you'd be like, no, you didn't. You're a YouTuber that likes to blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you know what? People love that, no, but it's cool. I like that because be like, no, you didn't. I'm like, well, I kind of did though, because if we go back yesterday and we go to the timestamp, and that's what I love about showing up every single day. People just can't say anything about what we do here. Look, MCRT, SuperChat, bang, bang, bang. Once that loads, you can see that we put it in a beautiful channel, put it in this pennant, and I had a measured move here. And we hit the measured move even more, though, up 111% gains. I didn't know you could start tracking coins on Spooky Swap here. Wow, this thing has been ripping. Imagine. So it's not going to play for me. But look, we did it. We put it in a pennant. We showed you the measured move. I even posted it just to go over it, you know. Bang, bang, bang. Great Metaverse is going to be full of dead celebrities. Next, it'll be Elvis. It's kind of cool in a way, right? You can interact with, you know, the founder of MCRT is James Crypto Guru on YouTube. He's been shilling it all month as the best play to earn. Interesting. So he has been shilling it. This channel is amazing. Shout out to Sanaa. Thank you. So look, you would go here. You would copy this contract. Now you would want to see how many contract addresses you have, BNB and Phantom. You could trade this on SpookySwap or on PancakeSwap. I went to SpookySwap because most people have no idea what SpookySwap is. SpookySwap is Phantom's ecosystem premier swap at spooky.fi. And Spooky's actually still cool. And they even have Boo. All right. They got a lot, man. Phantom is fun. Right. There's the Boo coin. And what you do is you paste the contract address from MCRT in here. You could buy it for Phantom now. Would have made you 100% gains on your Phantom. 10 Phantom would have turned into 20 Phantom overnight. And that's how you use decentralized finance. All right. It's high risk, high reward. Be careful. All right. And yeah, it is what it is. So just be careful. All right. As you dabble. But I do like to share some of that information with you. If I know something, I share it. I have like an OCD thing about it. If I know something, I want you to know it. Sometimes I have to be careful because I'll be like, my dad doesn't want to know something. I want to keep telling him, you know, and people are like, I don't want to know. And I'm like, but I have this innate, you know, and I'm like, but that's how I'm programmed. I'm programmed to teach. I'm programmed to tell you something, you know? So, and a lot of people don't do deep research. So once I see them doing something, I'm like, how long should a 50-minute scalp typically last? I don't know, between 45 minutes and 3 hours at the most, in my humble opinion. But again, anything is possible, right? Watch the trailer quick on the website. You will be amazed. They're going to overtake Axie Infinity, MC. It's getting listed on 7 exchanges. They are confirmed. The best play to earn games will be the ones which will be fun to play without any earn mechanic. If you only play to earn, they aren't games anymore. MCRT also has Da Vinci and Carl from the Moon on the team. Oh, God. Crypto as well. I don't like how the team looks. Yeah, that's shady, man. They're not. Those dudes are... When I hear Carl the Moon, this is what I think about. And again, everyone will be like, oh, yeah, you're just jealous because he became the biggest channel in the world. Yes, I mean, I'm not going to say I wouldn't mind the money and the love, but I'm just going to do it differently. My frequency is different. I'm not going to talk about any other YouTuber ever again. I love them all. I love every YouTuber in the game. They're all great. Every one of them. Some of them I think are vicious and could hurt you, but, you know, I won't name them, I guess. You have to find out on your own. I try to protect people, but I get attacked and slandered when I try to protect people from other people. Crypto savvy. Anyway, so, you know, I smashed the like button. Did you? Carl the Moon has heard of Cole. Bybit Carl. Yeah. When I see Carl the Moon, I think of Better Call Saul. Come on, you're the realist. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We have 674 people, 433 likes. Everyone, we got to get those likes up. Usually I ask for the likes. Today I wasn't going to do it. You got us up to 800 viewers yesterday, 900 viewers. How do one day we blast to 900? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's make the moves all the way to the upside. It is a flat day. A lot of people are like indecisive about the market. But those are the days you have to pay attention. Because those are the days big short squeezes are coming. Something is around the corner that you may not understand. And it's good to just show up every day and keep absorbing market structure. The more you see of the market, the better off you'll be. Okay? I'm Scary Terry. But you can't hide. You're funny, man. Shout out to Nick Loest. I watched Carl go from humble and enthusiastic to someone that just wants to show off his vacation rentals. 65, you're funny, man. I know it's not your thing, Uncle Sam, but what are your thoughts on the BBY squeeze? I don't know what that means. A big channel was pushing ETH options today. Okay. Didn't Coin Panel drop banter? I have no idea. Now, they said it was the other way around. Yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond? What? You're throwing me way off. You guys are throwing me way off right now. Yeah, I have no idea what Bed Bath & Beyond is, man. Why you at... Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what he's saying here now. Hold on. Now you got me off topic trying to piece together the story. It's too many chats for me to figure out what's going on, man. You know? At this point, it's just super chats that I'm able to really focus on. I don't care about a short squeeze for the stock of I don't care. I don't give a damn. I'm sorry. I don't mean to swear. I don't give a dang. I don't even like to use damn anymore. I don't want to use any profanities in my life. So look, ES1. 15-minute does want to push to the upside. We have bullish divergence right there. That's confirmed that is a bottom. 9 out of 10 times that will create a bottom. Can we flip the 1 hour? Can we still get bullish? Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. And the 4-hour time frame says we're about to get busy and break out of a falling wedge to the upside. So we're just going to we may have to come a little lower and make a dump down to 42.49. Okay. But that's still a falling wedge that could boom, boom, boom. Measured move here. So what we're looking for is a breakout and no M on the 4 hour. So I'm bullish on the 4-hour time frame. We don't want to make that M or, even a lower M. We want to get above that, right? So I'm bullish on the 4-hour for the S&P. However, looks like we'll have some downside for today. So from now until 5, 6, 7, 8, I'd say until 8 o'clock at night, it looks like Bitcoin's going to struggle. Either go sideways or to the downside. That's why I would say a short would be most likely, unless we get a short squeeze miracle move, which has been happening lately, but you can only get so many of them. And we already got like 4 or 5 in the last 6, 7, 8 days. So, appreciate your hard work, bro. Anytime. Kyle Stanfield, I love you, man. Thank you for coming on in. Unfortunately, one of the most negative people I had to remove in my life was my sister. I barely talked to her. Hey, it happens, man. Sometimes the most negative people are your family members. And either you have to limit your interaction with them, or you have to you have to physically move yourself from their area, It's sad when someone gets really, truly negative for you. It's almost impossible. It's almost like someone's on fire. If you touch them, you begin to burn, and it's sad. And there's really nothing. It's very similar to someone who's on drugs. If someone is on drugs until they're ready to get off, it's just not going to happen. You can beg them. You can do whatever they want. But until they're ready to get off, it's obviously not going to happen. So, look, here's a bit of a double bottom for the dollar here. 1, 2, a little bit of a low slanted double bottom. It did break to the upside. It's at my resistance area. 4 hours still has room to move, though, and wants to bang to the upside. I would love to see this resistance hold and have us not get above it. I do see, look, a shoulder, a bit of a head, and a bit of a right shoulder forming here for the dollar index. 4 hour is bullish, just like Bitcoin, which is interesting. 1 hour is a little higher than Bitcoin, so it's kind of front-running it. I would like to see it dump. Also, right here is bearish divergence. This is swing up to swing up, is it not? So you're forming this ascending triangle, rising wedge type situation here. Just like Bitcoin's interesting, they're both kind of in the same pattern, a smaller version of it. Now, what we want to see is now if this breaks up, it's going to have it's going to almost break up like parabolically right out of my resistance to this next zone. So there is momentum. Let's take a look at the 15. 15 minutes overbought, though, at resistance. So I'd like to see this bearish divergence play out. Swing up to swing up, swing down on the 1 hour time frame on the RSI. That's bearish divergence. See that? The last few times we had it, like right here, it eventually, even on the 15, it eventually created downside. And we had a similar pattern. This one broke in, but we had like the rising wedge starting to form. See that? Ideas of moving. We made this big M. See the M pattern here? M's break to the downside 68% of the time. Watch out for your M. So when you see a rising wedge with an M, when you see a high, when the Stokes come back up, like watch this. I'm going to use the dollar index to teach you Bitcoin today. Because Bitcoin's doing the same thing right now. You can use any asset to teach yourself another asset. So beautiful. But look at this. The Stokes come up on the 4 hour. They reset down. They come back up again and start to curve. They curve, and yes, they made it a higher high slightly, but it's an M pattern. Pure as day. All right? And that was also a bigger resistance from way back in the day. So you're in a rising wedge. You make the slanted M, and you can't get above the resistance, and you're high on the stochastics. You're also on the RSI, and then you have bearish divergence. So when you couple price action making an M, rising wedges with bearish divergence, overbought MACD, super high, overbought RSI, and the stochastics turning back to the downside. Even my indicator, which finds divergences for you, which is the stochastics RSI divergence indicator, you could type in right here, RSI, and type in the stochastics RSI with divergences by neobutane. And that's going to actually have the divergences for you. Look, it called it right there for you, the same one that I called. I like to find mine precisely on the RSI. I find the RSI is the most precise way to find it, but I don't mind having a backup, and when I see it and then they see it, that's dual action there. So that's a good idea that we're possibly going to break to the downside, and we do. So I'm hoping for a similar scenario here, okay? However, there we were high in the 4 hour. Right now we're not. So 4 hour, it has more momentum than the smaller time frames. Could easily shred through us. So we want to see if this bearish divergence can play out on the 1 hour time frame. So that's why I watch smaller time frames, because look, if this comes up, we don't get above, we start to drop. We're going to do a bearish retest on the 15 and start to drop here. I'm not going to see that on the bigger time frames. I'm not going to be able to confirm what's called a bearish retest, okay, on those time frames. So it's just like I talk to my students, it's just like a scientist that zooms in using a microscope. You zoom in closer to see what's going on. Use the smaller time frames to get a closer version of what's happening. So yes, I'm open-minded to the break to the upside. 4 hour looks absolutely beautiful for a move for the dollar, which isn't good for BTC, unless they may move together for a while, which is also possible. See, I'm not open-minded. See, most people, they want to have guarantees in trading, but that means you can't be open-minded. So you either got to be 100% open-minded and be ready for anything, or you're biased in some way, shape, or form. Like, there's no in-between. And I used to learn that. I used to think I was open-minded, but I wasn't. I always had this, but I think I'm bullish today. You know what I'm saying? Now, you'll see me, but yesterday you said high probability of this. Yeah, I'm saying high probability. But then I even say, if there's a high probability, like right now, there's a high probability the dollar breaks up on the 4 hour time frame. Right? But if the 1 hour doesn't get above previous resistance, then it doesn't matter what the 4 hour says. You get it? So I take it one level at a time from the 15-minute to the 1 hour. MCT rug pull. Have a look who's running the project. Yeah, I don't want to promote it anymore. Be careful with any one of these projects out here. All right? I already don't like the team of happy characters around there. They're three funny characters. They did this to you. All right? Let me show you what they did. I'm not going to say their names because I want to stay positive and just stay out of it all. All right? I don't want to deal with it. I just don't. All right? But let me just show you what they did. They did this to you. All right? See it? See it? You see that? That's a rug pull. All right? This is the last project those three band of characters promoted. And I won't even say them because I don't want to stoop to the level to even mention their names. Okay? But look at that. Look at that. So, I wouldn't be surprised if you see the same thing with this at one point. I don't know. Anything is possible. If I trade this, it's in and out. It's in and out. I do not get married to a $23 million small cap on Uniswap, Spooky Swap, and Pancake Swap. All right? 3 places you can get it. All right? As I show the huge chart to the upside. So funny, right? What I don't want to show. So there's the dollar index in a nutshell. We can move on from that. Are you getting on ATB soon? Missed you there. No, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. He wants abundance from I believe, the greatest things happen to me at all times, and I believe that. So whatever is going to happen is going to be the best. So shout out to anyone that's with me. Shout out to anyone that kick it with me. And wherever we go, whatever happens is going to be the best. I believe in that. And because I believe in that, that's what happens. You create your reality through your own belief. That's the thing. Every time you slip mentally, you're slipping in reality. And people don't realize that. You must be on yourself. That's why mental focus is key. All right? That's why I teach subconscious mind theory. That's why it's about restructuring your subconscious mind. If you had a father, a mother, an uncle, someone who was detrimental to you emotionally, someone who may not have treated you right, someone who didn't understand themselves that well, so they probably lashed out, did emotional things, they damage you. And then you learn those things through life. So what you have to do is you have to unprogram yourself to get to another level in life. You really do. Those things are stopping you from getting to where you want to be in life. I'm telling you. I had broken chakras, damaged emotional issues. There was reasons why I was unable to make a move. Hanging with the Lifer fam right now. Crypto Muser's sitting with my kids right now. Shout out to Crypto Muser, hanging with the fam, watching me in the backyard probably. And we're going to take a look at total market cap. All right? We go over this a lot too. All right? And remember, we discussed how this is a rising wedge that breaks down 68% of the time. The weekly is getting high. It's not a good look. We've been looking for a higher low or possible double bottom for Bitcoin. Are we going lower? Be ready. I never guaranteed we were going all the way up. I want to make that very clear. I never said we're guaranteed going up. I took it level by level every day. We could still go to the upside. You have to be open-minded. Right now, total market cap is still holding this zone. So when I made my thumbnail today and it said do or die level, I wasn't doing, that's not clickbait. Like, this is a do or die level, my friends, for the total market cap. We break this level here. We form a rising wedge break to the downside, and we begin to break down and possibly go below $1 trillion to $939 billion. So who here wants to see us break to the downside to go to $939 billion? Anybody? Anybody out there? Anybody out here want to see this? Or are we in a bear trap? Are they forcing everybody to freak out only to push us out of a rising wedge parabolically to the upside? You know, I felt like the parabola broke. Remember, I had it like this, and I'm like, that's a broken parabola. You could try to cheat it a little bit, I guess, and say, no, it's just a bigger parabola with a larger move up. We haven't even gotten started yet. I mean, that's possible. I'm open-minded. That's the key to success. To everything in life, being open-minded is the key, because I talk about life just like being in war. All right? Life, there are some things that are trying to take you out at any given moment in time. That's the challenge of life, right? Like if you drink and drive, like you're, you know, so you don't do those things. Like there's things that if you just decide like it's okay and let it slide, it could ruin your life, right? So you always have to be vigilant. You always have to be careful. You also have to ask yourself, is this worth it? Is what I'm doing right now worth it for the rest of my life? And if it's not, then you can't do those things, right? Hands down. Also, we have hidden bullish divergence on the total market cap. Swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up here. That is hidden bullish. Tells me that the trend will continue to the upside. I tell you what, the 1 hour does not look gravy. The time, you know, the areas we're not able to get above isn't great. Look, this is a shoulder. That's a head. That's a shoulder. It broke down. Okay, so we've been through some bearish times. We have resistance here at 111, 1.11. All right, so if we don't get back above, if the bulls can't get back above 111, expect more downside. So and it's as simple as that. You see your prerequisite resistance and you're like, listen, this is it. You don't break that. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. So we're looking at that area to get back above. We do not. Look, there's a node sticking out there, and we're right on the POC right now. Isn't that crazy? We're right above the POC. Shout out to the super chat from Dual for the IDR. I don't know what IDR is, but thank you so much. Appreciate that. From around the world, baby. The daily reset looks stronger than normal. Bear alt season, I'm into that total breaking down. Don't mind if I do. Sam, the daily RSI has been reset to 16 with only a mere 8% drop. Previously, 8% took your RSI back to 50. I agree. That's a good point. I like what you're saying, you know. Bed Bath & Beyond was the buy this week. Surround yourself with people you want to become. Fresh out of jail with an ankle monitor on. I am a lifer. Do activities that uplift you. Thank you, Sam, for uplifting me, fam. Shout out to Live in full effect, man. I love you. And you know what? I tutored someone in a halfway house before. 2 different people. One guy in jail, one guy in a halfway house. They both represent me. They both support me. I support them. I don't care what happened to you in your life. I'm ready to help you change your life today. I'll never forget tutoring a guy who was in jail. I could see the little bed behind him in the concrete wall. I knew he was in a little house. He was in jail. I was tutoring him. I felt so amazing. Because, you know, tutoring people was amazing. But tutoring a guy in jail was unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable. So, shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate it. The halfway house guy's still around. He was actually on Twitter just the other day, and he was like, what up? That's Birdman, dude. I don't want to shout out Birdman. Maybe he doesn't want, but, dude, Birdman's changing his life, dude. He's the best, dude. Shout out to Birdman. I love you, Birdman. Don't let anybody tell you you're not going to go all the way to the top, baby, because you are. I know it. Yo, the people that hit the lows are able to hit the biggest highs. I'm telling you right now, we're just like coins, baby. If you can go all the way to the bottom, then you can go all the way back to the top. People that stayed in the middle, they kind of stay in the middle. So that's why when you hear people that make millions of dollars, they have really down stories, right? Because they've been down in the dumps. You know what I'm saying? They've been there. They know what it's like to be on the lows, and they don't want to be there anymore. So they decided to pick their pants up and begin to grind, baby. Pick themselves up by the bootstraps and keep moving. What up, Birdman? I've been through I've been through myself, man. Shout out to Manny Jones, BBQ, man. James Crypto Guru is a really good guy, not like his friends. They did the same with VPAD from Mo and MM Crypto. Yeah. I don't know anybody. You know, if I don't know you personally, there's a few people I like in the space because I've got to know them. BitBoy's a great guy. DZ's a great guy. The whole Bit Squad's good people. They really are. Say whatever you want. They're good people. Tom Crown's a good dude. I like Tom Crown. You know, Miss Teen Crypto. I'm forming my team, my Barry band of followers, merry men, my band of merry men, you know. But yeah, I like to associate with positive people in the space, you know. Shout out to the 689 people on the live, 498 likes. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. $46 in chat revenue. Let me jump into the chat in a second. I just want to talk about this rising wedge. It has to break back to the upside for us to remain bullish, and then we cannot see an M pattern. So I'm ready. So we could get bullish. Then I'll still be waiting for the possible bearish scenario there. I will not let them slip us, all right? I will be watchful like an owl at every step. I only take 5 to 6 hours of sleep, and I'll be watching Bitcoin for you every single moment of the day. That's why you pay $3 a day, because I am on it all the time. For $3 a day, get a 20, basically a full-blown analyst at your beck and call, making videos every single day, talking about the market, going over every single thing I see, not taking any time off. Even when I may be at lunch with my family, you know I'm checking on the Bitcoin chart every 5 to 10 minutes. You know I got a big boy iPhone 13X Max so I can see the whole screen. You know I keep an iPad with me, iPad Pro with the M1 chip. You know I am connected to the market at any given moment in time. Even when I'm asleep, I'm probably dreaming about Bitcoin. So total market cap must hold this area. This is do or die, baby. This POC must hold at 1.08 trillion. We don't. We head back down here to 1 trill. Then we start, you know, get into that sketchy zone. And if we do that, we break this channel and we start moving to the downside. So something to think about. That's something that must be on the radar. And do we already break out of the channel? That's also a possibility. Okay. And do we bearishly retest and continue to the downside? I am open-minded at any given moment in time. All right. Flipping 10 into 1,000 is the same as taking 10,000 in live energy too. Yep. Shout out to Calderon's here. Orders shifted to 25K. Let's take a look at the order book. See what they're doing here on BookMap again. It's been helping us out. So you said order shifted to 25K. I do not see that. I do not see that at all. So I see the order book staying strong. 23.5. They did put a little order up here at 23.9. More liquidity is starting to jump up at 23.7. They're starting to show signs of pulling the price back to the upside here. Possible short squeeze approaching. There's this last liquidity order here, 500 liquidity, but we broke that. There's that big order still there at 1,762 Bitcoin, sitting at 22,000, oh my God, no. Yeah, sitting at 23,600. That's where that order is in. So, I mean, that's a fat sell wall, you know. Dreaming about to dump, but you long, so you wake up at 3 a.m. to watch the charts. Lifers, smash the likes for our Sam the man. Shout out to Crypto 420, you're the man. James will be on BitBoy September 1st. You'll see him there. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you. Hey, yo, keep smashing that like. Almost have the likes up to the watchers. Bye, Bit Sweets. Lifers, smash the likes for our Sam the man. Thank you. One good dude running a team of crooks doesn't legitimize a project, in my opinion. James is probably at the front. They know his good reputation will draw people in. Damn, that's sad. Yeah, that's why you can't associate with people. You just can't. I'm telling you right now. I only promote my own products because you can't control another person's desires. And they'll couple with you, but you don't know what they're truly going to do. So it's very important, you know. Crown, MDX, and Trader XRI are the only YouTubers I trust in crypto. Now you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shout out to Kether Lewis. And we form trust with our subscribers. That's the key here. Bitcoin retesting the bear flag. It's on the 15-minute. Yep. Okay. Only lifer in traders reality. Tino. I thought it was Tito, but it's Tino. Okay. Do your thing. The vector candle. Do you see the vector candle with the market maker? Nah. Sam, thoughts on ETH? 12-hour looks to be in the Fibry sweet spot. Stokes setting at 666. Trend strength setting at 8. Water the Whales pumping his shib just before this drop. Much love from the OC. Let's go, lifers. Shout out to 8K Crypto. Crown is a G. Eric's a nice guy, man. I love when he messes with Elsa or they have like their little like relationship stuff. I think that's hilarious. I love that. Shout out to Eric Crown. He's a nice dude. I would love to collaborate with Eric. I would love to be on with him one day and tell him how much he's inspired me. And, yeah, he's an awesome guy. Look, MACD about to turn. I mean, the total market cap wants to bounce to the upside. Measured move would take you at least to the length of the bull here. So I'm bullish on the 4-hour. But that's why I look at smaller time frames. And we don't want to break this POC. This is a make or break, must or bust day for the entire cryptocurrency markets. I'm telling you right now. Take a look at the Dow. When we talked about the Dow staying in a flag, that's all we need is to stay above this resistance and this resistance. If we do that, the Dow Jones has hopes of continuing to the upside. Here's my flag on the 4-hour. It's continuing to stay in a flag. I like it. I like it. We flagged it out earlier. Why do we flag it out? Because this is what I do's. Now we're oversold here on the 1-hour time frame in this little flag. So we might actually get a breakout even beforehand to the upside. That's good for the Dow Jones. We get a move or just come back up. As long as it goes sideways or to the upside, this flag, I'll reconvene on the 4-hour, but I like what I'm seeing for the Dow, right? Bullish on the 1-hour. Let the 4-hour reset without losing any of that resistance, and we could really have a party on our hands. Are you on PBR at these prices? Well, I already posted PBR, and we took Poker Bridge down for gains. See this? And I posted it in this flag, and it continued to go to the upside. We took Poker Bridge down. It's now still up 56%. You can see I posted some of the hottest coins just 2 days ago. Then it made this flag. Had you been privy to make the flag, you would have seen this flag here with the low stochastic on the 4-hour time frame with more momentum to the upside. This actually looks like it could continue to the upside. This trade never stopped for us. Still open. If you're in PBR, we saw this flag. It bounced off that POC, and since then, we've been up. We now could go up 81%. We are still holding gains of 54% in the trading group. If you jumped into PBR when I posted it, and there wasn't much, I didn't post a lot of coins that day. I posted like 5 or 6 things that I said I don't want to overpost, and PBR banged to the upside. PBR for the win. Boom, ba-boom, boom. Unbelievable. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. 700 people on the live. We're grinding on the way back to the upside, everybody. Can you get us back to the... We had 900 people on the live. Where are those 200 beautiful people that got knowledge yesterday? I try not to let it bother me. I just keep pushing forward. I can't let anything get in my head. I stay positive at any given moment in time. Anytime you have a moment to be down, what do you have a moment to be appreciative of? Right now, I have 700 people watching me. That's a blessing. There's a lot of people in the world that would not have 700 people watching them on a YouTube channel. So I think there's only 3,000 people. I don't even know how many people in the United States could get 700 people on the live. But there's probably less than 5,000. So I am blessed. Out of millions of people, I am very, very blessed. So I have to look at that and really do the math and be like, wow, that is a huge blessing. And instead of being upset that I'm not at 900, I have to be so blessed that I have 700, right? You get more when you cherish what you do have, not when you want for what you don't have. All right? Super important mental, and that is how you become wealthy. Wealth comes from mentality. Your mentality creates your wealth. If you think you're going to become wealthy, you will. If you don't think you're going to become wealthy, then how are you going to become wealthy? Right? It's just like a sandwich. If you're hungry and you want a turkey sandwich, the first thing you do is you look at a turkey sandwich. I mean, you think about it, right? Then once you think about it, look at that pump that just came in there. Boom, nice order just got filled again. PBR, booming. Don't chase green candles, everybody. Don't ever do that. What you do is you go into the 5, the 7, and you look for flags. Stuff like this. Double bottoms. And so you go to smaller time frames and you look for consolidative continuation patterns. Never chase a green candle on a 4-hour time frame. Never. All right? If you see that, the trade is over. You missed it. You missed it. All right? I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But PBR for the win, baby. PBR for the win. And I think it could continue to the upside, but we just hit a wick for 70% gains. Posted on the 14th of August. Only took about 4 days. All right. Love and respect for India. Thanks for all the hard work educating us. Shout out to Hamashanu Chan. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, man, gratefulness. I am grateful. Waiting on Bitcoin direction of the 7 and the 15 with the 1 hour. Smart man. That's what I would be doing. Paps Blue Ribbon. I know, right? I always think about that. PBR for the win, baby. When we were kids, that was the cheapest stuff. Pay 99 and your life will be fine. Shout out to Crypto 420. Pay 99 and your life will be fine. Thank you for the $15 in Super Chat. That's an amazing Super Chat. That's a lot of money. Thank you so much. Much respect to you and yours. I can buy a sandwich today now, even after taxes. My God. Thank you so much. You're the man, dude. Appreciate you. Crypto 420. Blessed. So blessed. Super Chats, Uni, AVAX, Jupiter, VeChain, and JSMY. NMR 1 hour chart, please advise. Lifer, my son just came down to my office and says, what up? Shout out to Bison9. Shout out to your son, man. What up, kid? Be good to your dad. Be good to your dad, man. Do all your chores. Make your bed every morning and fold your clothes. All right? And be good to your dad and learn how to trade. All right? I want to make sure you're making trades in 2 years from now. I don't care how old you are. As long as you're above 5 years old, you're ready to go. No excuses. We get it, peeps. Some of you like MCRT. We get it. Stop shilling. Yeah. Money flow to fan. Yeah, this isn't the MRC. Yeah. Do you have an opinion on the next? No, I don't. I don't have any opinion on the next meme coin pump. This is not the place for that. Live stream, the place to be. Thank you, Sam. Shout out to Psycholomental. That's so cool, man. Creeping up to 600 likes here. Looking bullish. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We're on our way. 693 people. 6363. Look at that. Pretty interesting. So blast off to space here for PBR. You had been privy to the flag. Right. Any KuCoin gems on your mind? There's always KuCoin gems on my mind every single day of the week. Oh, yeah. And today is the weekly screen share, everybody. Today we get together from 6:30. I think I'm going to bump it up to 7 to 9. From 7 to 9, weekly screen share is tonight. Where we sit together privately and we go over every single thing in my Token Metrics account, which costs $90 a month. So you get that on top of your $99. It's just insane what you get being in this group, you know. And if you paid for the year, it's even cheaper. It's like $70 or $90, you know. So, all right. One thing I want to talk about, we got to look at Bitcoin on some bigger time frames as well, all right? So let's look at the all-time history index for Bitcoin. Okay, that was awesome, Liver. My son saw the shout out. Love that. Love the stream. Shout out to Bison9. Thank you for the $10 super chat. You're the man, dude. Your son's cool. He sounds like a nice kid. Listen to his dad, hangs out with his dad, watches the Lifer. He's awesome. He's making a good life for himself. So, this just looks just like the total market cap. Falling wedge at this big POC here for the 4 hour. We break that, we're done. It's simple as that. We break this level, we head to the bottom of the channel, down to this next liquidity zone, for sure. We go right here. Without a doubt in my mind, very likely. I mean, we could bounce. Anything is possible. But there's just high probability we end up down there at 20,800. I don't want to go near 20K again. I really don't. The 200-day moving average is moving beautifully through the bottom of the pattern. This is what happens in a bull run. We need to bounce off that 200. We cannot go below it. So we need to use that as support. We need to start using bigger time frames as support. All right. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly must stay above the 200. If it does not, this is a complete bull trap. So let's zoom in here and show you what I'm saying. And a lot of people will show you this too, but we got to go over it every day on the channel. So Bitcoin, when it's bullish and it starts any bullish move, number one, it usually never goes below the 200-day moving average, the 200-week moving average, on the 200 on the weekly, we can call it to be perfect. Never goes below this yellow line. It did, and that was insane. That to me said we have to buy because it just never does that, right? And it's in its life cycle, every other bottom, they got low, it wicked down, it hit it, but it never went actually below it and closed weekly candles below it for more than a couple weeks. It did that here. We were below it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 weeks in entirety, all right? But now we're bouncing off the 200-day moving average, starting to find some type of, support here in this POC. So if Bitcoin can't hold, and what I don't like is the weekly's very overbought, and you're out of you didn't make a higher high on the weekly. So it's looking like Bitcoin may be coming to the downside. That 4 hour may make the M pattern, and then everything will come on down. I mean, the weekly. Now, one time we were high on the weekly. We just had this little dip and we continued up. But at the end of the day, you still end up high on the weekly. I would have liked to have broken into this area when the weekly came back up. I mean, this weekly went up like that, and we had just, that's a huge move. So the weekly went up and we barely got the move. The weekly does not look strong, everybody. I have to be honest. And we got tweezer tops in the weekly now. This weekly candle closes in 3 days and 9 hours. If it closes below the 200, or if it even closes red here with tweezer tops, it's just not a good look. Just like we closed down here with tweezer bottoms, we broke up. So then you're looking for Bitcoin to bounce here, here, or a double bottom. Any one of these areas would be a great place to jump in. You do have a huge liquidity zone here, so you're likely to make a higher high right there. That level is 20,800, 20,900 area, all right? Best YouTube channel on the web, crypto trading group and team in the world. Stay blessed. Shout out to Big Tuna Crypto for the Bitcoin, for BTC. I love you, man. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Much respect to you and yours. I'm so blessed to have you in my life. Thank you. Reddit pump, Bath and Beyond. Yeah, finally got to that. Removing negative people from my life. You have to remove all negativity out of your life. Negative people, negative situations, negative thoughts. You know, if you start having a negative thought, ask yourself where it's coming from, why am I having it, and remove it and exchange it for gratitude. If you're using gratitude, you can use gratitude almost every moment of the day. I'm telling you right now, the other day, I was in gratitude for like 94% of the day. 94. There was 6% I was like drinking some juice and going to the bathroom. But for most of the day, I was in gratitude. But you know, that day, no, but of my whole life, that day I was in gratitude more than any other day in my whole life. And I recognized it because I woke up in gratitude. I was in gratitude throughout the morning. I was in gratitude for lunch. When I ate my lunch, I said thank you. When I ate dinner, I said thank you. I was in gratitude between lunch and dinner because I had a beautiful day. We hit some good charts. Some good things happened to the trading group. Then at night, I was in gratitude, you know, because I went to bed and I had a beautiful day. And so then I just keep using the gratitude over and over and over again. So the weekly does not look strong for Bitcoin. However, as long as we stay above the 200-day, we could go sideways. Anything could happen. We could get a move. You got to stay positive. But if you break that high volume node right here, you're likely to come back to this one. Just like when we broke above this, we came up here. And so ever since we've been above this high volume node, I said it's likely we head up to the next high volume node. So that's been my claim to fame, but all right, we got to stay above the node for that to occur. Like we want to see a weekly candle up in here somewhere, and then that's likely we come to here. We'll gravitate towards the liquidity, just like a magnet, all right? So that's Bitcoin on the weekly. It doesn't look good. And if you look at it, the 4-day, the 5-day, the 8-day, they're all very oversold. It's not the best sign. However, I did show anomalies yesterday on the channel where the 3-day was extremely high, and we still had a major move to the upside. Did the weekly do it too? The weekly got really high right here, and we just had a slight little pullback for a huge move to the upside and a bounce off the higher support zone. However, we did go from 13,000 or 12,000 all the way back down to 9,700. So that's still about a 25% decrease, right? I mean, almost. So even on the smallest pullback there, here we were high on the weekly, and we just continued to pump. You see that? So there's a weekly anomaly. That happens when you when you start a run out of a out of a bear market. So like when you're in a bear market, see, and things just. So do we have an anomaly on the weekly? Do we pump to gosh knows where, regardless of being overbought here? There's a chance. It's happened before. If it's happened before, it can happen again. So that confuses the beginner. But I had probabilities. I trade on stochastics. Well, then you got to learn support and resistance too. And as long as you stay above certain support and resistance levels, then I don't care what the stochastics say. You know, I do care, but you start bringing in all this information in your brain, and your brain will decipher how much one means more than the other. You're back, well, support and resistance is good, but this isn't, yada, 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 Shout out to everybody here on the live. I guess it's Thursday. We just had less people on the computer or YouTube just not pushing the channel like it used to. 900 people, man. I thought we'd get to 1,000 people today, but I got to stay positive. I'm super happy we have so many people here. But that's the weekly right now, all right? Let's take a look at Uni, AVAX, Jupiter, VeChain, and JSMY, the Super Chats right on deck. Thank you for the Super Chats. I appreciate you. Let's take a look at Uni. So I looked at Uni, all right? And I looked at it on the daily time frame for a daily scalp. Yes, the whole market looks sketch. The weekly's a little weird. But Uni looked nice in this channel. Started to break to the downside. Look, shoulder, head, and a shoulder now. But it's still extremely oversold in the daily. Can I reassess the situation? What's going on? Could kind of put it in like a bullish rectangle, so to speak. But to me, like you can see it broke the channel. It broke out of it fell down. It's just pure as day in my mind. It is very oversold touching the 200. It's a good sign. Could it get a bounce? So now you're looking at it. Is it making an inverted head and shoulder? Is this the pattern that we're trying to play? Are we going to go do something like this? because you don't want to give up on that daily being that oversold. It's just telling you something's brewing, but I just may not, the pattern may not be perfect. It could be something like this, all right? Now, that's crazy what I just did, because I know it took me years to know market structure and to watch so much of the market to be able to project like that. It'll come with time. You'll be a projection master by the end of my streams in a year from now. You watch me every day, you'll be a projection master. I don't take days off from the chart, so you do whatever makes you happy, but you see what I'm doing to get ahead, right? I saw what I had to do to get ahead, to change my life. I said, all right, I'm going to have to work 7 days a week. Everyone else only works 5. So I'll put in an extra 8 days a month, which isn't even that much if you think about it. But it's like 80 days in 10 months, and then it's 96 days in a year. And if the year is only 365, it's kind of weird how it's only 2 extra days a month, which is 8 days a month, right? No, let me do, 8 days a month. 8 times 10 is 80, and then the extra 2 months is 16, 96. It's weird how it doesn't, but yeah, 8 days is almost a quarter of 30 days. It's just weird. You don't realize that if you just work on the weekends, you outwork everyone around you. Like if you have a house that's worth like, $1 million, and you want to live in a $2 million house, then work 2 extra days a week. It's so simple to me. Like put in the work that they don't want to put in. It may, and at the beginning, like, oh, but I don't want to work 6 days a week. I want to do whatever. I want to drink. I want to hang out with my buddies. I want to golf. And it's like, you'll find time to fit everything in. All right. And going after your dreams and goals will be so fulfilling. You won't want to go after these things that you were going after before. Like, I need to go camping. I need to go to the gym. It's like, I'm not going to the gym, but you know what I mean? Like, you'll be so focused on your dreams and your goals. The excitement of achieving them will be amazing. You'll never feel like you're working 7 days a week, ever. All right. So I'm looking at uni. It is low in the 4 hour and the daily. All right. And it is consolidating very, very nicely. And it's also low in the 1 hour. Right. Could even just be a scalp right here to the upside for uni today, because I'm seeing some signs of love here. Even just pattern trading uni. I could see uni breaking up 27% just in this zone, or even just a little to the top of the trend line here. 12 to 15. Interesting enough, though. Uni on the radar. So uni still on the radar. Reconsolidated the pattern. All right. Okay. Ontario banned KuCoin. That's so stupid. I've been getting up only 2 hours a day early, and I gain a month a year. Who doesn't want more time? There you go, baby. A month a year, man. Send in your super chats for a deep dive or TA. Support the stream. Lifer gives his knowledge 7 days a week to build and help the Lifer family. Shout out to CNC Ireland. Thank you so much for your love, man. Appreciate you, Owen. Let's take a look at AVAX here. AVAX. Someone asked me, I think I already went over AVAX, right? Why do I remember it? But let's take a look. So we had it in this beautiful channel. Wanted it to break out. It fell to the downside. Did not make it through. Okay? So let's reassess the situation. It is readjusting itself off of this resistance now, which is interesting. It is forming a giant bowl. Could this be the cup for the cup and handle? AVAX has been hot recently lately too. Let's look at the daily. The daily's probably a little spent, right? It was, and then it came back down pretty fast. Interesting. Hold up. This is interesting to me. So you have all the support of resistance here. You have heavy resistance, and then bounce off the bottom trend line right here. All right. Now, when you look at this closely, that's a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. Resistance, and you're bouncing off the previous resistance for AVAX. Now, you also have a POC here sticking out in the VPVR, and you're low on the stochastics RSI. All right. We take a look at the RSI, and I'd like it below 50 at least, and it's at 50 exactly. I'd like it a little lower than that. MACD is also resetting, and you have falling volume with falling price. This could be called an SR flip. An SR flip is a support and resistance flip, okay? Support and resistance flip. Previous resistance becomes new support. Then you can also draw a trend line here, and you're slightly respecting it. Bounce, wick there, slightly respecting the trend. And then this trend line up here too. So now when I look at it, AVAX could bounce off the POC back to the upside on the daily time frame for massive gains. AVAX 3L would produce even more gains. All right. And pattern trading it, even if we become what I like about this trade is even if we become bearish and we make an M pattern for Bitcoin and things go to the downside, there's still some gains to be had before the pain, 30%, right? So even if we're made bearish and things aren't that well, this could still produce some gains. So I'm open-minded for anything that could occur, and stop losses below, your previous support zones if possible. So there's a support. There's another support. I'd like to stop there if possible. See if that's a 3-to-1 or not. Nope. It's got to be right around there. Anyway, AVAX looking nice to me. AVAX 3L would make more gains than AVAX. High risk, high reward with Bitcoin and what's going on. But the daily starting to reset for AVAX on the daily. The last time we found AVAX on the daily, we made a boatload right here. We had this huge move. It made 100% gains on the 3L token. So anything could happen. I'm bullish on AVAX on the 4-hour time frame. All right. Use the smaller time frames to find flags, areas of support and resistance before you jump on in. All right. AVAX, USDT, 4-hour time frame. Bang. All right. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the love. Let's support the lifer for $365 a year. Who's with me? Thank you for $365, my man. Thank you for the $3.65. Thank you so much. Have any experience lending assets in KuCoin? Is it worth it? No, I don't do any of that stuff. Personally, I like CHZ, but it might be done. It had a nice run. Anyway, yeah. The more positive you become, the easier it is to remain positive, everybody. You just don't even see the negative. You become blind to negativity, It's not like you don't see, it's not like you're not aware of danger. You're actually more aware than ever. You just know better than to give in, You don't give in to negativity. There's just no reason. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who's negative to you is just going through something in their life, right? So, it's all gravy. We're still in this cup and handle on Jupe. I'm still on Jupe. We're still very oversold on Jupe. Jupe refuses to let go of this support zone. Jupe refuses to want to go lower. It's interesting. Take a look at the 4-hour for Jupe. It's getting oversold and bending again. Take a look at the 1-hour. I'm personally in this trade. I want to make it clear. I don't think it's the best trade in the world. I want to make that clear too as well. It's just been oversold in the daily, and I'm going to wait my turn. Like, it just eventually has hidden bullish divergence at this point. What is hidden bullish? Swing up to swing up. Here's your swing. Here's your next swing. They go to the upside. But if you take this, they swing to the downside. Hidden bullish divergence tells you that the trend could continue to the upside. So I'm still in Jupe. I'm watching Jupe closely. Remember, if Bitcoin has a problem, everything's going to have a problem. So, just remember that. You knew very well who you don't. Let them hold down, reach for your size. But not many, because you're the only one. You'll give good and plenty. I give you good and plenty. I love that, yeah. I'm trying to read it and then I realize it's a biggie, Hatred is a plague. When it comes your way, you just destroy it. And don't pass it if it helps. Exactly. Don't pass it on. Just it comes into you, turn light onto it, and then remove. Sam, you got that lifer wall, bro. Shout out to everybody here on the live, man. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Yeah, so many. And that's another thing about being positive. You have so many people positive around you that it'll almost be impossible to be negative. Okay? So look at the U.S. tether dominance now. All right? In a giant falling wedge. All right? If price action moves right when you draw a line, it'll stop your price action. That just made me learn that. That's crazy. So, and look, we had previous support here, which was nice. We broke it. We're now below that. We're now below, So we hit the resistance and we held it. Let me get rid of this nonsense. So tether dominance is bouncing off of support. See that? Bounce. It is below the POC, which is interesting, but it got back above it. The daily still has momentum, but not much. Not much. It's getting pretty overbought. Telling me that, I don't know, man. People have had enough tether. And honestly, so you need tether to get back up here. and break this resistance and this resistance. If Tether can't break this POC and this resistance here, expect more downside for Tether on the daily time frame. That's going to be a good sign for BTC, all right? It's also very overbought on the 4 hour, about to dump on you. It's another good sign to long Bitcoin. So I did show you the weekly was tough, and I did show you the 3-day. But I also showed you anomalies where when you get out of bear markets, we go parabolic. So everyone's in indecisiveness. No one knows what to do. You know, that's when I usually step up and buy $10,000 worth of Bitcoin and just wave at everybody like this. And then like months from now, they go, oh my God, that guy's a G. You know what I'm saying? Or it dumps to the downside, and then I buy 30,000 more, and I say, oh, well. And they say, well, he's still a G. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. We're going to make it out. I'm going to be here for 4 years. I have a long-term plan. And because I know I'm going to be here for 4 years, I don't worry. Because I'm going to be here long enough to take gains out of this market. And it does not matter. I'm going to just do everything I have. Super Chats, VChain, JSMY, QRDO, DOMI, Block, and SWINGBY. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right. You guys are slow on that adult dating site? You guys were that slow on that? Usually you guys are real fast on that. You'd have made me remove that? Thank you. Appreciate that, Rainier. Low liquidity holding season. Get ready for the dumpage on the 29th. Anything could happen. Low liquidity holiday season. Get ready for dumpage on the 29th. I'll tell you right now. The end of August in 2019, after we had a big rally, we had a kind of a pump, and then we had a major dump. Like, they just demolished the market. I remember BAN going from $1 to $20, and then they ripped it back to the downside. Everything popped hard from July to August. They tore all the gains away. Then the market started to rip back up in October and November, and then the buys were back in November, and then we ripped. So I do know late August tends to create some type of sketchiness. I've been through 2 dumps in late August before in my life. It can be pretty sketch. So just be careful about late August. I do agree with you on that note. Shout out to anyone asking about VChain. We'll take a look at VChain. So look, VChain possibly could have made it here. Fell out of the pattern. Look, bearish retest to the downside. And it dumped. You broke the pattern. You see what I'm saying? Once you break the pattern, sketchy. All right? Also, VChain, you got a head and shoulder pattern here now. Shoulder, kind of a head, kind of a right. Not perfect. We do have this same pattern forming here now that we showed you on some other charts. This is weird. This market structure is just strange. You got this falling wedge flag. You could be in a broadening wedge, I guess. See this? Like a bullish megaphone kind of thing going on. Or one of these. Sketchy business for sure. Weird price action, if you ask me. And you got bearish divergence here on the 4 hour time frame that played out. See, swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. Okay. Then you set your support and resistance lines for VChain. So you broke this POC. Usually when you do that, you head lower to the next one. Like you broke that high volume node. Now, I'm not guaranteeing it. You're oversold in the 4 hour. You're very oversold on the daily time frame. But like, I'm trying to make sense of this pattern. It's maybe you're making a giant shoulder, head, and a shoulder. So here's something. You know? And then you got support here, a little support there, and a bounce right there. So you're looking for VChain to, it's bouncing now, but you know, if you were to lose that level, you're looking for a bounce at 0.27. I hold VChain long term. I got into it at half a penny. I'll hold it for 2 to 3 more years. I just believe in the project. You know, it's a long term hold. I have it stashed away. VChain, you know, it is what it is, but VChain, yeah. So this is what I'm looking at for VChain. The daily suggests that we can get a move. Kind of a cup and handle too. Look, Sammy, cup and handy for VChain. Last time I saw a cup and handle like that, John, it was 1975. I had just started working out with this new paleo workout. I was eating only... I'd married my second wife for the 3rd time. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. You like that, right? I married my second wife for the 3rd time. I just made that up. It sounded good. Made sense. So, and that would take you to this next liquidity zone and to resistance. So it's on the radar. It's very oversold in the daily. Not guaranteeing anything. Levels will have to hold, but this is an idea for VeChain, and I'll work on it again. And if I think if there's some special sauce to it, VeChain. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, CNC Ireland, for banging on the super chats, man, and making sure they're done correctly and right. Let's take a look at JASMY, USDT JSMY for Tether. All right. So I had Tether here. I had JASMY on this daily and suggested that it would break to the upside. And so far it has broken up. Slowly up 21%. Gave back a little bit. Daily is pointing to the downside now, though. And so you're looking at a possible retest or a move. JSMY. JASMY. JASMY, baby. JASMY. Tight moving averages. You can see how we broke out of this pennant that we were in. Kind of in a beautiful ascending triangle that broke to the upside. We're retesting that. You'd want to see an oversold 4 hour for that to be on point. How's everything?
West, but it's like almost 20. It's like 15 to 20.
That was the boat company telling me it's just too windy. You're not going to be able to take the boat out. And so that's another thing about having a boat. You buy a boat, you can't even take it out every day. Now, unless you really have a big boat, you need a big boy, right? So that's, and my wife said, well, you need a bigger boat. She said, then you need to rent a bigger boat then, you know? It's like, it's funny, man. Anyway, so look, this is a breakout and a retest of the 4 hour. That is a retest. Many times in my life, that plays out as a retest. You want to take your length of your pole, which actually is the length. I kind of saw it as I did it, but what I mean is as I was doing this, I looked at this length and I was like, maybe I could match it. Crazy thoughts, right? But that's how my mind works. It's always like doing 3 things at once. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's keep looking at JSMY. So it is doing a retest off the top of the trend line here. POC, it could bounce all the way up to about 0.0158. I could see that happening. So on the radar. And we have rejection here too at 0.1223. And we're getting a bounce off the bottom. So, yeah, you want to look at the 1 hour. You want to look at Bitcoin. You want to reassess the situation. The 1 hour would have to flip on you. The 15-minute would have to be banged to the downside. It is. That's telling you that there could be possibly a retest here. You're attempting to go lower than the previous support zone, and it's not letting you do that. You also have a bit of an inverted head and shoulder here. Shoulder, head, and a shoulder that could break to the upside with a measured move here. Boom. And let's get that inverted out there for you. Just give you that extra effort, right? Because I could just say it, or I could really draw it and really give you an extra learning tool here. That's why I go above and beyond every single time I have a chance, because I'm like, you know what? Just do it. Just go an extra step. Always take the extra step when teaching, when helping, when doing anything for anybody. Like today, I was working out, and I said, my dad wants the weeds to be sprayed. I got to go spray the weeds. It is what it is. You got to do what your parents ask you to do. I don't care how old you are, 50, 60, and they're 80. My dad's 75. I'm 39. Right? I'm 36 years younger than my dad. He had me when he was around 36, 35, something. But yeah, I mean, he was born in 1946. So that makes him, and we're 2022. He's 77. No. Is my dad turning 77 years old? No way. 1946, he was born. He's turning 76 this year, my dad. He's 75 right now. Yeah. He's doing the best he can, man. He always says, man, getting old is hard, man. Like, it's not, getting old is the toughest thing for everybody in the world, man. So, bit of a descending triangle too. I mean, I see some sketchiness. Bitcoin is not giving us the go-go, right? We've been sideways all day. Back at 23,450 for Bitcoin. We've been sideways for the last few days with the slow bleed. It's been a sideways slow bleed, right? That's what it's been. Even the BOOKMAP, look, they took all the liquidity gone here now. Isn't that interesting? And that huge order's gone now. That $17,000 order for Bitcoin, he spoofed it. I'm telling you right now, they will spoof the order book. What is spoofing? Spoofing is creating a fat order that you never intend to fill, only to take it away from the order book. Whales do it all the time. They spoof order books. They make it look like they may do something, and they don't do it. Oh, man. This gets trickier every day. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Okay. Emery Thompson, I agree. I maintain a 1992 Ranger, 690 Fisherman. It is a full-time job sometimes. I'm a hobbyist mechanic and have 1,000 miles across all my vehicles. 1,000,000 miles across all my vehicles. Bison9, you sound like a really interesting guy. I want to hang out with you. I want to do a camp with you. I think me and you would get along a lot. I mean, we do get along, but I want to get to know you. You sound very interesting. Even your dad, your whole family sounds like doers, man. Sounds like grinders. Let's take a look at QRDO here. QRDO on USDT. On KuCoin. Down in the dumps, man. I talked about it here, and it did make gains, 17%. Last time I talked about it, actually didn't do too bad. Shoulder, head, and the shoulder broke to the upside. Look, shoulder, head, and the shoulder broke to the upside. M pattern broke to the downside. Could also have been considered a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. Are you seeing what I'm... Sometimes this is why, look, I just picked up on more market structure for my own self later on in life. Every time you look at market structure, you're feeding the subconscious mind. You're training the brain, all right? You're training the brain to see, and that's why I love when you guys send me all these different super chats, because I get to see, go over stuff in my head that I wouldn't have gone over all these coins today. So it challenges me to be the best I can be, and I love this channel for that because it challenges me. Every day is a challenge. It's never going to be easy. It's never going to be exactly like I'm never going to get a coin exactly the way it should be, and I have to kind of use some creativity, some past experience, some thought process, and it's really good for the brain. It's like doing mental math for 2 hours straight with a little bit of music and some positive people. It's what I love to do with my life. I'm so excited that I get to do it. God bless each and every one of you who shows up and give me this opportunity, because without each and every one of you showing up, I don't have this. I don't get this. This is a blessing. Every single day that I get to do this is a blessing. I have to have gratitude and be happy for every single thing in my life. I just thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'm not going on a boat today, but you know what? That's because it was rough, and maybe something would have happened. You know what? What am I going to do today now that's going to be exciting? Now that I'm not going on the boat, something else is going to happen. Maybe I'll make a great Bitcoin call. Maybe Bitcoin will do something, and I'll make a great trade, and I'll be so happy that I wasn't out on the boat. You see what I'm saying? So God has blessed me. I've avoided danger for whatever reason, and now I have something now, and I planned this for 3 days, but you know what? It's not going to happen. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's beautiful. Today is a beautiful day. You know what I'm saying? So look, we're at a POC on QRDO. We're in a cup and handle for sure. We're getting low on the daily time frame. 4 hours also getting oversold. Probably wants to come back down here and bounce, or even maybe wick a little bit low, but you want to see this area hold at 30. That's going to be a big deal. We can also pull a Fibonacci for this. Why not? So what you're going to do is you get Alt F, and you're going to pull from the bottom here to the top, and you're going to look at the level that you're at right now. I had a secret fib, the 706 fib. Join my group if you want to understand what we're talking about there. I may not have time to fully explain it at the moment. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got back into this golden pocket zone. You could be expecting that. You really don't want to break. I think you did already. You already broke this POC, though, which isn't the best. See this red line sticking out right here? Kind of broke it. It's crucial you get back above that zone. All right. 1 hour's getting oversold. 15 minutes looping. It wants to come on back down here. So, again, I wouldn't touch QRDO. Everything's telling me that it wants to test this level one more time. Right here. So, I personally wouldn't touch it until it came back down and bounced off of 30. Maybe even wicked into 29 areas. It's somewhat bullish to me, but at the same time, the sketchiness of Bitcoin has me just kind of watching just more. I want to see bigger support of resistance zones, but that is a beautiful SR flip. It could be also considered a shoulder with a head and a right shoulder, just an elongated version. I called it the Morpheus head and shoulder because I remember Morpheus Labs had this and would bang to the upside. So I appreciate the super chat. QRDO does look nice. And hey, I'll be waiting for it to get into that golden pocket. Actually, will post it to the group. I believe there may be some gains coming out of this in retrospect here. I would like the price to go to the golden pocket. You see what I'm saying? That's what I really hope for. Price to go to the golden pocket. So keep it on the radar for sure. Thank you for the super chat. Much respect to you and yours. Thanks for smashing the like button, peeps. Shout out to DOMI is going to go up on a crazy run soon. I like DOMI online. I used to trade DOMI. And I actually like the owner of DOMI. Remember we watched, I watched some video about the guy. I did some deep dive on him. Bitcoin pumping coming because you're not on a boat. You're the signal, bro. LOL. Bitcoin back above the POC on the 15-minute. A lot of blank space to run on it, and it is at the low. It's nice to reflect on the fact that crypto is still so young, like the web in the late 90s. Everybody, I posted something to the trading group recently. Something that's so awesome. Is it still up here? I got it from CZ, you know. Hold on 1 second here. I got it from CZ, and it was such an interesting post. I posted it to my whole trading group. I think we should have added it to the learning library now that I'm thinking about it. So if someone can grab that and send it into the learning library, I would appreciate it. But it's right here. I'll do the same. We are so early. The big boys are already in knee deep. Getting rich for the next 10 years is going to be fun. And I typo all the time because I type too fast because my brain is hyperactive. And everyone thinks there's a way to take care of it. My friends, family, everyone tries to help me. And I tell them, I don't know. I've been trying not to typo for 10 years of my life now. And the sad thing is I'm very well spoken. I have a giant lexicon with an insanely, large plethora of words. And when I typo, you might think I don't have the education, it's like, so. But this is even hard to read. I wish this could be bigger. Almost have to zoom in here to see this. But look, BlackRock's in Circle and FTX, right? Morgan Stanley's in NYDIG, right? You got Samsung's doing deals with Romper, Metarica, all these other little coins here that you'd have to find out what they are and research them. You'd be surprised. Look, Certic is in with Goldman Sachs. You see this? Like the Certic audit team. Talos, Microsoft in with Palm, Pansive. I actually want to re-get this and look, Gala. Or what is that? Oh, no, Ocalis is with Tencent. Tencent's a big company. Immutable X is with Tencent. Citibank, see what I'm saying? Contour, they're in big, baby. Wells Fargo, Tagalog, and Elliptic. Dude, they are moving, and they are into crypto. So I just got to put it out there, yeah. We're doing big moves here. You're in one of the biggest, most emerging spaces in the world, and you're one of the first few people in it. Unbelievable. Shout out to the $109 in Super Chat. Shout out to the 650 likes, 528 people on the live stream. Thank you for jumping on in. You can teach the Google keyboard. Yeah, right. How are you doing today, Sam, a.k.a. cryptolifer? Sorry I joined late. I had a rough week. I was sleeping. Come here to get the positive vibes. Shout out to Drenkin. Thank you so much for asking me how I'm doing. I think you want to be the first. Yeah, some people did, but thank you so much for really taking the time out of your day to ask me how I'm doing. I'm doing great, man. Thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited to have a wonderful day. It's beautiful out today. Not a cloud in the sky. It's 80 degrees, right? I have no reasons to be upset. It's a beautiful day to be alive, all right? Okay, let's go back into the super chats. We're not done yet. Do you know Jason Casper, crypto trader? He's a godman himself. You have a lot similar when I hear you talk. Great man like you, sir. Yes, me and Jason are very close friends. Not very close, but we know each other really well. Somewhat. We know each other pretty well because I know a lot about him. He knows a lot about me. I've watched his channel. He's watched mine. We've actually been on Around the Blockchain together. We've shared the screen. So I've met him in person through online. So I've met Jason through online, but I have met him. He's a beautiful man. He's a nice guy. And people can be beautiful. They don't have to be good-looking beautiful, although he is a beautiful man in both ways. But he's a beautiful soul. When I say someone's a beautiful person, I'm referring to their energy source. I'm referring to their essence. You know what I mean? So DOMI's all the way down on the ETH. It's down in the dumps. People think DOMI's going to come back up. Maybe someone wants to pump it. I don't know. DOMI online for wrapped ETH all the way down here at the bottom of its bottoms. You'd have to believe in the project, and if you do, you'd be buying in. I do not like catching a falling knife. I would wait for price action to get above a previous resistance, and then I like to swing trade that. So this would be off limits for me unless I knew more about the project. I do like the guy who created it. He seemed to be someone that wouldn't give up. However, it's down in the dumps, and this thing has just taken a beat down. A little bit of a cup and handle here, lack of liquidity. I don't know. I'm going to have to pass on DOMI online for now. I did my research back in the day, but maybe it may go to zero. It may never come back. You never know. So look at Block. Block got stopped out as well. A lot of sketchiness in the charts yesterday. I said that too. Look, Block was in a nice move. Broke the pattern. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Decided to break the pattern. Touched the 200-day moving average. Can we reposition? Can we look at it again? Let's take a look here. But Block did get stopped out. Not every trade I post will make it. All right. I love posting a stopped out trade because it shows you that I'm honest, that I'm real, and I'm willing to show you that we lose trades. Not every trade is going to win. Not every trade is going to win every single trade. If you're around someone telling you they win every trade, get away from them immediately. That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. Nobody wins every trade. It just doesn't happen. You're going to suffer losses. How you deal with the losses is what makes you a good trader. How you bounce back from losses, how you're able to mentally vibe through everything is what turns you into a good trader. A good trader is someone that can handle anything, ups and downs in life, no matter what. Trading has changed my whole life and made me a stronger person in many aspects of life. So Block, you can see it came back up on the 4 hour, but didn't do much. Daily's extremely oversold in a cup and handle. And again, I mean, if you're willing to trade the daily with a deeper stop loss, that's it. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but Block could make serious moves to the upside here. Let's actually take a, hold on. I don't know what it is. My OCD makes me want to start fresh, you know? Hey, babe. Is everything going well? Yeah, the place called me. They said we usually let people come and stay in the pond. She said, but even the pond is bad today.
Okay, good.
She's like, it's not happening. Like, there's just no way.
I was really hoping for that.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wasn't supposed to happen, baby. No worries. You always do. She probably prayed that she didn't want it. My wife, I swear she prays for things, and she gets everything she wants when she prays for things. It's so crazy. Like, something will be sketch. I'll get an email. I'll be like, I don't know about that. She'll be like, I'm going to make a prayer right now and donate. And next thing you know, like an hour later, I get the right email, and I'm like, dude, it's great now. And she's like, I did make a prayer. I'm like, that's so weird. It happens so much that to the point where I'm like, I just go with the flow now. So that's a falling wedge, you know. You see kind of a sketchy head and shoulder that broke to the downside. Kind of a shoulder there, a head there, and it broke to the downside. The daily is extremely low. We're going to pull our fib now, nice and clean, from this wick right here to that wick right there. We're going to be very precise about how we pull the fib. Very precise. All right. And there we go. And we are sitting in the golden pocket, in the sweet spot. So Block, I wouldn't be surprised if it made some major gains in the next couple of days. Actually, cup and handles have way bigger targets. That would be something like this. Now remember, there always is the idea that you could be making an M and not getting above the previous high. All right? So always be ready for this idea here. You're in a rising wedge. You start to break up. You're doing great. You're doing great. Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle. And little dip, dip. And then you're going to start to dip back down. Measured moves of M's are the length of the middle part to the middle. And then you swing it to this middle part. And that's why I'm always like, I'm kind of able to estimate that idea by just looking at it. Okay? So Block looks really good on the daily time frame. Starting to make some hidden bullish because you got swing up to swing up here. And you got swing down to swing down here. That is hidden bullish divergence. Tells me that the trend will continue to the upside. Cool things in your settings is you can add them and you can always identify what you're putting out there. Hidden bullish divvy. See like that? It's beautiful. So that is hidden bullish divergence. We are, however, when you break a POC, you usually come down to the bigger node. I wouldn't be surprised if Block dropped one more time and it doesn't have a lot of support here until it gets to this zone. So sketchy times, you'd have to hold this area. You are at a fib level. I get it. But there's just some, you know, look at the 1 hour. Overbought. Right? So just some indecision for Block at the moment. I believe you might actually drop one more. Are you making a shoulder ahead of your shoulder or something, you know? It's interesting. I like the daily. The 1 hour is not in my favor at the moment. All right. Market is sketchy right now, hands down. Let's take a look at SWINGBY. And SWINGBY broke out of the pattern. Almost everything that was in a beautiful pattern broke out. Stopped out for 24% gain. Look at that. SWINGBY didn't make the grade. Let's take a look here. And are they grabbing liquidity again? Are there less people back in the market? For 2 weeks, we were getting away with just nice trades. Now they're back to kind of stop hunting again. Going after every bit of liquidity hanging outside of the pattern. Starting to be a little bit of a habit that I'm starting to see. I didn't see it. I saw it every day for like a month straight, and it was like the toughest trading. Then we got a break for 3 weeks. Now they're like revisiting, sideways price action for Bitcoin, tight volatility, not a lot of volume. You have to remember, we're like veterans in the game. When we're out there, there's less people out here. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, lifers, what is the guy name on YouTube that Sam mentions about positivity and mindset? I mean, there's so many different people, but there's Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn will change your life. I'm telling you right now. Ed Millett will change your life. Ralph Smart will change your life. I love all three of those people. They will just continuously hit you with positive energy every single day. It rubbed off on me. I realized that if I was going to be a YouTuber and a social media person, that I was going to have to be in a good mood every day of my life. And I couldn't fake it. And I'm someone who can't fake it. If I'm not in a good mood, I'm just not. It's just very rare. So every day you've seen me in a good mood, I have literally, honestly, and originally been in a good mood. And now I'm learning how to be in a good mood every single day of my life. Yes, I have fears. Yes, every once in a while I question things. But I only let it last for literally a half a second. And then I tell myself, that's not going to do anything for you. You might as well move on. SWINGBY could continuously push to the upside here again. We could redraw. However, it did get stopped out. Trade did not go well. One thing I do want to mention is the daily was always high for SWINGBY, right? So the daily was high. It really wasn't in the sweet spot yet. The daily is finally low for SWINGBY. So that, that's also let's look at the daily structure for SWINGBY. It's a little messy if you ask me, 4 hour looks all right for a move to the possible upside for SWINGBY. Well, let's get Bitcoin back on a good path right now. I don't like overposting. You know what I'm saying? And there's some high risk, high reward plays. I'll be honest. We could trade right through it, and I may. I have some things open. So, I'm probably going to do the high risk thing because I'm a high risk trader. But if you're a beginner, someone just jumping on in, I just want you to take a deep breath, and you do not have to force anything in the market. All right? I just seeing this as just a double bottom kind of, So SWINGBY on the radar, but I don't know if I'm going to post SWINGBY. It's been sketch. We hit it for massive gains out of this cup and handle for 47%. Ever since then, it's been sideways. That was the play, Let the 4 hour come to the downside. 4 hour still needs to come down too, which is bearish to me. Bearish momentum in the 4 hour. So I'm not a huge fan of SWINGBY at the moment. Ultimate and original motivator. RIP, one of my heroes, Greg Pitt. So cool. Joe Dispenza is great too. I love Joe. Ed is impressive. Ed is the man. You forgot your name. Cryptolifer. Cryptolifer super chats are all clear. Thank you, CC in Ireland. Much appreciated to you and yours. Let's take a look at SELR, though. They're not clear because we didn't do SELR for Tori. I got you, Tori. I know you thought I forgot, but I didn't. So look, SELR's still in this beautiful flag, oversold in the 4 hour. Resistance, bouncing off support. If it breaks that, look for it to bounce down here or touch the 200-day moving average. Okay, let's take a look at the daily time frame for SELR. It's also adjusting and doing a really good job adjusting, meaning it came all the way back down on the Stokes with not a lot of pain. SELR showing signs of life, showing some buy pressure here. Kind of a bullish megaphone in a way there, see? Can SELR bounce off of this trend line back to the upside? At least pattern trading it for about 20%. SELR, one of the healthiest coins I've seen in a while. I think it has a good following. The people that get into it like it. They want to get into it. They do their research. So the daily's oversold. 4 hours also oversold with the move. 1 hour's getting there. And the 15 minutes in the sweet spot. SELR could be a play today, for sure, compared to the rest of the market. However, it's sketchy. It's got to hold the zone that it's in. And it's like right on the line that it really needs to hold. Like basically, the entry is now for SELR. It also has bullish divergence, does it not? I see it right here on the 1 hour time frame. Swing down is a sharp swing to the downside But on the RSI, it is a swing down, but not half as sharp. That is Class C bullish divergence. That is divergence for sure. So a little bit of bullish divergence there, right? And this thing wants to make a move here. 19% gains for seller. So I could see seller making some serious gains here. And it's at resistance, Again, it's very sketchy. It's right above a high volume node. If it breaks that, it's likely to come down to this one. It is in a bit of a rising wedge that could break down 68% of the time. So just be careful, right? There's high risk, high reward here, but all the time frames look pretty good, and there's a chance that seller could get some gains here. All right. Of all the coins that I looked at today, Stellar has a little bit of a move left in it. In it, not left in it, but you know. And you can put the stops below the POC. That's also a really good sign. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You'll find that out on your own over time if you use the VRVP, right? Seller. Thank you for putting seller on the radar. All right. And the 4 hour really is the time frame that I'm looking at. That node there, or this node there, is good enough for me. It might actually have to be somewhere there too. You're going to have to use your own risk-reward ratio and figure that out, all right, whether you'd like to take that trade or not. It's up to you. Everything you do is up to you. You make the decision. You get the education. You fill in the idea whether it's worth it or not. You can't do that unless you get the education. So get the education, then make an assessment based on your own risk management that you've created on your own. And if you like it, you take it. It is what it is, you know. Sketchy market, though. And I hate saying it's a sketchy market because I want to post gains and just pump. You know what I mean? So always a time where we just got to watch the market closely, all right? Remember, today is just one day. You're on a great journey. It'll be over before you know it. And if you stick with it and you achieve financial freedom, you will miss the days when you were finding your way. For once you're there, you will realize it was in fact the hard times and those emotions that pushed you to become great. Never stop becoming the greatest version of yourself. If I never got depressed, if I never worked a night shift, if I never had bosses put me down, I would never have compassion for each and every one of you that may be stuck at work, that may be getting put down by a boss, that may be struggling. But because I struggled, I can connect, I can feel, I can be. And so through the darkness comes the light. Through our pain comes our joy. Through seeking help in the darkest of times and education, someone may have gotten wrecked. Now they're here getting educated. Same cycle that I'm trying to preach here. So that's why I do what I do. It fulfills me. I feel like I've done what I need to do for myself and everyone else around me. I have knowledge and I like to share it. And it is what it is. So shout out to everybody here on the live. I appreciate you all. We're going to begin to end the live stream. It is 12:19. We went even over the time. 2 hours every single day. Ethereum BTC looking strong. Lifer's beginner's course is stunning. Lifer's a calm, focused teacher and shares his years of experience. I do teach a class every single week, everybody. It is every single Tuesday. Learn the language of the charts from 3 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. Learning the language of the charts from 3 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. I record it. It is live with me and you. All right. You can also buy a recording if you can't make it to the class. That is okay. Shout out to J2. Because of you, Sam, I've been able to crawl out of a deep hole, not just in trading or dollars, but in ways that have literally made me better. You've inspired me and changed my life by being simply just being who you are. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And that means the world to me. Thank you for the $20 super chats. You're the man, dude. Kyle Stanfield. Did my super chat go through? Super chats, when there are so many alts on the radar, how do you decide the few to trade? So many alts are looking for amazing right now. Too many to pick from. I don't see that many amazing alts right now, in my humble opinion. I see some sketchiness in the market. I see some weariness. I'm watchful. It's funny. I don't see that many hot alts right now. Normally, you'll see a show when I'm like alt crazy. Today, I don't think was one of those shows, you know? Bitcoin's in some indecision. We need to figure out, it's got to give us some confluencers, you know, it's got to show us which way it wants to go a little more, or it's got to either break a support or push a support, you know? Yeah. when I look at coins, what I do is I reassess all of them. And I look at them all. Which one is furthest away from the stochastics? Which one has a stop loss with the 200-day moving average in between? You take your years of knowledge and you just, whatever ones have a little bit of an edge, you take those. You get what I mean? Like, and that comes with years of you have to kind of learn that over time. So I reassess, I keep looking and I say, well, what is this doing for this? What does that do? And eventually, like you might say one's at the 706, but one's in the golden pocket. I'll take the golden pocket then. One's in this, one's that. There's just things that you're going to pick up as you trade. And over time, you're going to be able to make that decision for yourself, right? I go for the ones with the highest percentage and with the most support zones between me and if there's no support zones, Same, I'm all liquid waiting to enter once we get some clarity. You saw CHZ. No, I did not. Wow, I went on a tear, and we talked about it yesterday on the channel. CHG, look at that. I talked about it down here in the cup and handle. It's up massively from when I first put it out. And look at that. Bang, bang, bang. Continued to pump to the upside. CHZ for gains. And I think we went over this yesterday on the channel, but that's a 4-hour. I think we must have posted it here yesterday. I think continued to rip. CHZ. Just banging on them to the upside. I see my crew, and someone was posting it. People were talking about it. What do you guys think about shorting CHZ? Funny. I mean, it's oversold in the 4-hour. I wouldn't short anything when the stochastics are at the bottom line. It's not a good idea. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, we were just looking at USD starting a bit of a pump. Banner still up. Too late. Can you move that, please? Thank you. That was nice of you to say that. Thank you. That was perfect. I went from a leadership position to following a tractor around picking up rocks that were bigger than 4 inches in diameter. Thank God took care of me, and I went to an even higher leadership position. Thank God took care of me, and I went to an even... Yeah, see? Something happened, see? Stick an egg in that cup and handle, and let's go. You're funny, man. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Love and EQS on my radar. You like Love, right? Well, Love has been pumping out of control recently. Let's take a look at Desi. I mean, 4-hour is low. Could try to pump again. Trying to form some type of funny trend here. Falling wedge could break back to the upside for gains. I don't think you can even put a daily on this. It's too new, right? No, daily's not in your favor, so I'd be careful. It's indecision, though. It could pump. It's touching the 21. Okay. Interesting. Love may make some gains here. It's sketchy. It's high risk, high reward. 107% gains, though. I mean, it's like the biggest return we see. High risk, high reward, though. Trying to look at where my support and resistance lie. Right here. Right here for Love. All right. It's got everything I go for. Hey, Love this is high risk, high reward, but I'll put it. I think Love could make some gains. I really do. I don't love the probability of the charts suggest. High risk, high reward, though. So it's holding a higher low. The 1 hour and the 4 hour oversold. Tight moving averages. Interesting. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. Shout out to everyone that may jump in from Instagram. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, or follow me on Instagram, or follow me on Instagram. Bang, bang, bang. Please follow me on Instagram. I would greatly appreciate it every single time here. I finally made a new Instagram, the Real Cryptolifer. So if you can, follow me there on Instagram. Also, let's get that link attached to the YouTube channel. It was there for years when I had it. See, like if you go to my YouTube channel and you go up to my banner, should be a link to the right here. See, We should have a link to the Instagram right up here, right away. Let's get that going. Yeah, I hired a media team, but I have to tell them what to do all the time. Not you guys, but you know what I mean? Like, I hired a social media team, but and that tells you when you're the CEO, it doesn't matter who you hire. You got to be on every single person, all right? Like, the fact that my Instagram wasn't there. Dude, I hired a media team, and you know what happened? They overly aggressively advertised and got my I had an Instagram. This is a true story. I had an Instagram account for 7 years. I raised it from 1,000 to 12,000 people. I was a known, I was a social media guy in rap. I did a bunch of stuff. I did drones. I was out there on social media. I had a YouTube channel before. I had always wanted to kind of have a bigger role in social media. And so I basically hired someone, a consultant, said, we're going to grow your Instagram. 2 months later, it got taken away from me for aggressive advertising, and they could never tell me what they did. Now, these same people want to continue to advertise, and I don't know what to do because I'm like, well, so my thing is this, like, I'm like at a standstill. You know what I mean? So you called it S&P on the 15-minute. Time to short. Let's take a look at the S&P. Let's look at the ES1 real quick. I don't know. The 4-hour looks bullish to me. Remember that? Yeah, 15 minutes about to dump, though. Yeah, quick little shorts. I agree. An M pattern there on the 15. Unless you see some miracle and you break above this, headed to the downside, that will be a short. That will be an M pattern that could break down. All right? So just something to think about. Or it doesn't even have to be a huge M. It could even just come down here and bounce. Just come down to the bottom of the trend line, Thank you for the 688 Lifer likes, fam. You are the best, Lifer fam. If you could take the beginner's course first, it'll give you a great foundation for when you join the 99 trading group. Sam teaches the language that will be used in the 99 trading group. My dad was born in 1946 too. Those baby boomers, right? I saw the daily. You could be pinned, but the EOS is in a better position. Yeah. What about Filecoin? You called it S&P on the 15-minute. Time to short. Nito Strazella. Appreciate you, brother. And we'll take a look at BTC. And there dumpage. Pure dumpage. We called the dumpage. You said it's likely you're going to dump here. Come on now. Look at the shoulder, the head and the shoulder now. And the 15 minutes taking you to the downside. I called it short. That's also a bearish retest right there. You fell out. You bearishly retested. You're coming to the downside. Simple as that, man. Look at the 1 hour. You were beat to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Beat to the ground. Now, what if they're trying to play this game? But to me, they broke you down. So I don't call shorts unless I have to. I called the short at the beginning of the live stream. It was most likely. I'm still open-minded to say, wait, maybe we could throw a Hail Mary in the 15-minute, but I said it's very unlikely. We then made a head and shoulder on the 15-minute that I actually projected before it even happened. I showed you this right shoulder before it even happened. All right? It made it. Now it's dumping, and then the 1 hour has momentum to the downside. So eventually we're going to stop the pain. Now you're looking for a double bottom. You're looking for a stop here and a stop here. If Bitcoin can't stop there, you're looking for a lower low at 23,050. So you're either going to stop here for a double bottom at 23,273. You're going to keep going to 23K. At that point, I will update the group, and we'll go from there. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. So I don't know whatever channel you've watched, but we called the short for Bitcoin, and we were right so far. I don't call shorts every day. I call shorts when I have to. All right? Everybody, when the probability is there on the charts. All right? Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, that's why I don't post a bunch of altcoins today. You didn't notice I didn't just rip through altcoins and post tons of altcoins like I normally do? No. I posted a short for Bitcoin, didn't I? And I said this short could play out. Right? So, and we talked about all these different ideas. And look, that short is up already from when I first discussed. And is that right? So I produced gains on the channel live for myself here. 1.56, not huge gains, but I didn't call it wrong so far, right? Good thing about it is the short's getting overbought. We're not getting a lot of love. It tells me that we may make a double top on the short. So watch the short. It could tell you that we'll make the double top on Bitcoin. The 4 hour looks really good for Bitcoin. We just needed to reset the 1 hour, and we seem to be doing that. So I want to see the short make a double top, and I think Bitcoin could rip back up on the 4 hour. So I'm still bullish, just waiting for our time. Late in the afternoon, I believe will be time to rip altcoins and get some more gains, right? So Everybody stay tuned for more. I'll keep you updated. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. Thank you so much. Live in love, live in frequency. Don't let anybody tell you you can't change your life, because you can. I did, you will. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Crypto is life.